All right, guys. Welcome back. It's certainly been a while, and Peach Bowl is just about to kick off. And yeah, that's about it for now. It sends it away. Number 12, Pitt. Number 10, MSU. Pitt muffed the kickoff, and they're going to be down inside their own 5-yard line. What a mental mistake. Mental mistake by Pittsburgh. Michigan State, with that good front seven, is going to be given great field position. Well, Pitt's going to be given poor field position. And Michigan State now, with their front seven, they have a lot to work with. So, that's crazy. Pitt's going to have to drive 95 yards to score. And go blue. Yeah. I hope that we win the whole thing, Nate. And I think we really can. Nick Patty is going to be Nick's starting, it's going to be Pitt's starting QB. They're at their own 2-yard line, actually. Oh my gosh. Tackle for loss. That good front seven, again, is just crunching it. It's going to be like 2nd and 12 at their own half-yard line. It's crazy. Jeez. Ugh. Yeah, wow. Okay, no, 2nd and 10. They gave him forward progress. Patty steps back, flushed out of the pocket, throws, and it's dropped. It'll be 3rd and 10. All right. Yeah, and Pitt's also without their OC, Mark Whipple. He's with Nebraska now, so I don't know who's calling plays per se, but the fact that your OC is out, your starting QB is out, it's not good news. I would expect some kind of target to Jordan Addison here. Play fake, Patty rolls out, throws, too high again. Incomplete, 4th and 10. They're going to have to punt out of their own end zone. And Michigan State is likely going to end up with this ball inside Pitt territory, primed to score and get some early momentum. It's crazy. Yeah, and back there is Jaden Reed, too, who, as we have seen early in the season, can return punts excellently. So we'll see what happens. And they try and come after it. They can't get any penetration, but Reed has no coverage. Like, he has no one covering him. And he jukes out, and he's at the Pitt 29. Oh my gosh. Yeah, immediately. They're immediately in field goal range, assuming that Coughlin is healthy enough to make a field goal. I don't know if he is. Maybe. Armand, I'm replying to comments while commenting on this also. I think that Maryland blowing out Virginia Tech it's good momentum for the offseason, but it's mainly because Virginia Tech was just in complete disarray. Okay, Peyton Thorne back there, I think, with Jordan Simmons, who was the second-string running back before Kenneth Walker departed. Let's see what happens. Okay. Hands it off. And, yeah, it's Jordan Simmons. Only gets a yard. It's crazy. Well, Michigan State, without Walker, I'm thinking if they want to win this game, because I think Pitt's passing game is going to settle down, and it's going to get in form, they're going to have to pass the ball in order to win this game. I don't think they can get away with running it, especially against a Pitt defensive line that is second in the nation in sacks. Like, look at that. Immediate pressure on Thorne. They're going to have to They're going to have to throw, I mean, I'd say probably screens, which I think is what they just attempted to do. They're going to have to do screens. They're going to have to manipulate Pitt's defense. And a quick throw. Oh my gosh. Caught. Touchdown. Touchdown. They did exactly what they had to do. Exactly what they had to do. Outside throw on the outside. Perfect throw by Thorne to Jaden Reed. Touchdown MSU. Touchdown MSU. And Michigan State leads 6-0 against Pitt after a mental mistake by Pitt. And this is what Pittsburgh can't do. They have to immediately pressure Thorne. They have to get him to throw bad. And they didn't. It was a perfect throw. He might have been down at the 1. But regardless, I think it's safe to say Michigan State's going to score, even if it's pulled back. So they're reviewing it now. 6-0 MSU at the moment. So Spartans with the early lead. Yup, he's down. They're gonna mark him at the 1 or the 2. And Jack Harrington, yeah, we will see if MSU's defense holds up. Patty looked a little off on his throws, so he'll have to calm down. And Pitt hasn't tried to run. Yeah, no, he's gonna be down. He's gonna be down at the 1, I think. Yeah, but that was an awesome throw. Absolutely awesome throw by Thorne. Like, really. That was such a good throw. It was perfect. It was on the outside, so even with that was pretty good. It was pretty good coverage too by number 25. And Reed just perfect catch, perfect communication. Yeah, I mean, there's not really a better pass, honestly. So it's cool. Here's the call. Touchdown. I think he was a yard short, but again, it was a perfect throw, and I think Michigan State was going to score regardless at the 1. I don't think Pittsburgh's defense is, you know. Anyway, it's probably going to be 7-0, assuming that Coughlin's out there, assuming that Coughlin makes the extra point, which he's out there to make. And Coughlin makes the extra point. It's 7-0 Michigan State. Wow. Nice. Yeah. Patty's going to have to match what Thorne just did. Yeah. Well, Michigan State kind of runs a spread this year anyway. It's like... Yeah, no, Thorne is a solid QB. I'm here with my friends, by the way. So if I'm talking to other people, that's why. But yeah, Thorne's a really good Thorne is a really good QB. No, he can talk. I don't care. And Jay Johnson is a good OC. We're going to have to see how Michigan State's defense does, though, because they were put in a very favorable position. And I don't know if Patty doesn't have a lot of stress, a lot of pressure on his mind, he might be able to do something. Yeah, Rusnak, you don't have to whisper. Boom. And Pittsburgh, why are you trying to catch it? Whatever. Yeah. Okay. So Pittsburgh's going to start at their own 25, and they're going to have to, I would say, strike pretty quickly, because Pittsburgh's secondary, their defensive line and front seven is strong. Their secondary, it's kind of similar to MSU's defense, just better. But it has similar strengths, similar weaknesses. Both are good at pressuring the QB and just stopping the run. However, they're not the greatest at stopping the pass. Okay. So, 1st and 10. Patty hands it off. It's read pretty well by MSU's defense, but he still gets about 6 or 7 yards on the carry. Abinaconda had the 5-yard carry. Okay, Patty, 5 wide receivers, pass complete out to the 43-yard line. Jordan Addison, the Bleaton Cough Trophy winner with the reception. And that will be a Pittsburgh first down. And Pittsburgh seems to be going with a tad bit of tempo here, I believe. They hand it off, and Abanikanda, again, with, I think, a 5, 6, 7-yard carry. So Pittsburgh moving. Yep, 5-yard carry. It'll be 2nd and 5 at the Pittsburgh 48, about near midfield. And he is the leader, Israel Abanikanda is the leader of Pittsburgh in rushing yards with only 635. So Pittsburgh obviously being a team that wants to pass the ball. Patty, play action fake, rolls out and takes off and runs, gets about 8 yards on the scramble. And Pittsburgh is now in Michigan State territory moving the ball. So Pittsburgh, very different from their first drive where they made some mental mistakes. There were some overthrows, underthrows. They were getting pressured a lot. Pittsburgh here seems to be calm. They know what they're doing. And Patty right now is, doing everything he needs to do to win. Abanikanda breaks a tackle, trucks through a guy, gets about a 7-8 yard carry. So Pittsburgh actually running the ball on a Michigan State team who, is really good at stopping the run. So it's impressive that Pittsburgh is doing this. It'll be 2nd and 3 from the MSU 37. He might be rotated out. He might be hurt. 2 halfbacks in the back. Patty keeps it on a carry and gets about 2-3 yards, and he has the first down. And Jack Harrington, I do agree that Clemson will win the ACC next year. If Dabo Swinney has won 2 national titles and has done this well, then he's gonna do that well. He's consistent. He's won like X amount of seasons in a row. Patty throws. It's a little off, a little behind Addison, but Addison picking up yards after contact and getting 8 yards. It's pretty impressive. They're going to be inside the MSU 30. Yeah, Addison is, by not just statistics, so Pickett is actually at this game with the headset on.
That's a tailback.
Wow. Toss out, and Michigan State actually strong hold there. It's about a yard, 1.5 yard gain on the carry by, I believe, Davis Jr. Yes, Vincent Davis Jr. It'll be 3rd and 1, Pittsburgh. If they want to punch it in the end zone, obviously, we'll have to convert this. This is a direct snap to Davis, who takes it and gets the first down. About a 3-yard run. So, even without their quarterback, Pittsburgh, again, if you run the Wildcat, yeah, that is Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett is with the team, up in the booth.
Is it with the OC?
Yeah, Pickett is with the OC.
Who is the OC?
It must be it's the interim OC.
Yeah, no.
Mark,
who is it?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
Davis with the carry. Oh my gosh, he's just pushing guys forward. About a 5-6 yard carry. So again, their leading running back is out at the moment. He might have just been subbed in, and Pittsburgh is running the ball against this stout MSU front seven. Current drive is 10 plays, 59 yards, 4 minutes and 35 seconds. So Pittsburgh obviously wanting to control this game. Patty, pressure. Oh my goodness, it was tipped. That was a good play by Harley. 45. Good play by Michigan State, but also a perfect throw by Patty. Just a better play by Michigan State to knock that ball away. But again, Patty, and I said this in my preview video, Patty is probably a guy who is good enough to be a starter on half of the teams in America. And against an MSU secondary that is suspect, expect this guy to pass for a certain amount of yards. 3rd and 4, MSU 16. You got to do something here if you're Pittsburgh. Patty steps back, is faced with pressure, escapes, is running. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Touchdown. Run by Nick Patty for a touchdown. Man, and a state player looks to be injured. Pittsburgh, he might have been down, but Nick Patty, a 16-yard touchdown rush. He read the situation, he was getting pressured, and Pittsburgh strikes back quickly and with efficiency. So, Pittsburgh, ACC champions, strike back. 7:57 left in the first quarter. That drive was 75 yards, took up 5 minutes of clock. So Pittsburgh, again, they're controlling this game, and I expect Michigan State, even when they had good field position, State is a team who likes to strike. But if they don't strike, they can sometimes fade out. But we'll see. It's about to be tied 7-7 if Pitt can make this extra point, and they do. Tied 7-7 at the Peach Bowl, the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl specifically, who has really good chicken nuggets. And I assume that most of you watching this have eaten there before. 7-7. So let's reply to some comments here now. Armand Hammer. Dabo is the 6th fastest coach to 150 wins. Yeah, he's a darn good head coach. 150 wins at Clemson. I imagine he's going to become the winningest head coach in Clemson history. 2 national titles. He's the man. And he is the Clemson football program. And they've finally been hit with attrition this year. And they've seemed to have hired within their own program to replace Tony Elliott, who's now the head coach at Virginia, and Brent Venables, who's now the head coach at Oklahoma. But still, nonetheless, even with all those coaching departures, the transfer portal, I do expect Clemson to be back. I don't even know if Dabo will use the transfer portal, but they're still recruiting at a high level. And just, I don't know. I look at Clemson, and I think that, with Miami hiring Mario Cristobal, the next closest challenger, Pitt came out of nowhere. And I assume that next year Pitt's going to have a little bit of a down year. Miami, you could throw Pitt in there. Pitt's kind of always been this chaos team under Narduzzi. Miami, Florida, with Mario Cristobal, is going to be a consistent threat to the ACC, I think, much like he was in the Pac-12. Both, conferences that aren't at the level of the Big Ten and of the SEC. And that's not really up for debate. That's just kind of facts. I'd say the ACC is, depending on, different viewpoints and stuff, you could make an argument for the ACC certainly being stronger than the Pac-12. The ACC's produced Clemson, who's won national titles, in an almost hand over fist. But still, you have Miami, Florida. Florida State's recruiting well. I don't know what Mike Norvell's doing. Who's that?
The quarterback.
Nick Patty. Nick appears to be hurt, which is, the game turned back on, guys. But Nick Patty appears to be hurt, which, of course impacts the game. But it's tied 7-7. I can't imagine it's a horrible injury because he was dancing, I think. He went for the pylon, got up, started celebrating with his guys, and now is in the locker room. It might be concussion protocols. Maybe he feels something in his knee. But he was out there. He was grabbing. It appears to be they're going to check his shoulder.
Collarbone?
Oh, no.
What are they doing now?
They're warming up.
The backup of the back.
Yeah, they're warming up the third stringer, Davis Belleville, who actually does have 14 career pass attempts, so he's not completely green. Still green nonetheless. Oh, my gosh. Jordan Simmons just stuffed. Negative 4-yard carry. And again, Michigan State, like Thorne, he stepped up. Thorne is going to have to step up in this game because this Pitt D-line is something else. Jordan Simmons, 2 carries, negative 3 rushing yards on the day. You have just 3 guys in the backfield. They hand it off, and no gain for Simmons. It's going to be 3rd and 14. Pittsburgh's defense. This D-line, again, you don't have Kenneth Walker, and Pittsburgh's D-line is good. You cannot force the run against Pittsburgh. It's going to bite you in the butt. So now Pittsburgh, the fans that are there are getting loud. 3rd and 13. Thorne is in the backfield. He takes the snap. Pittsburgh sends 5 guys. A throw that's complete. First down, MSU. It is to Naylor, who is making a return after being injured. Michigan State again throwing. They have to throw. They cannot get, and Michigan State with tempo. And the tempo, they get about 4 yards on the carry with
Offside call.
Offsides.
So quick.
Offsides on Pitt. So Michigan State doing to Pittsburgh what they did to Michigan and some other schools, and especially Michigan, who also has a great defensive line. They're using tempo to try and gain just some free yards. It'll be 1st and 5. And this is what you got to love and admire about Mel Tucker and Jay Johnson, is they just do everything they can to put themselves in a position to win this game, besides possibly forcing the run. And Thorne doesn't do that here. He throws a perfectly executed screen. He has blockers, and out to, I think, it has to be out to the Pittsburgh 30 or 40. Nice. That is just excellent play call. Using tempo again. Pittsburgh 31. Thorne pressured, throws it away. Nice decision. Don't want to take a sack or force it because Pittsburgh's secondary is not the greatest. It's good at picking you off, though. I think they have more than 10 interceptions on the year, which is more than some others for sure. Can someone in the comments also tell me, actually I can just look at the ESPN. It's overtime, Tennessee 45, Purdue 45. Can kick a field goal, maybe go for it. 4th and 2 at the Purdue 17. Thorne in the backfield, maybe audibling, hands it off, and that's a good run. It's a good run by Joyner. Harold Joyner's their 3rd or 4th stringer because Elijah Collins is in the mix as well. Again, tempo. Michigan Thorne is going to run. He's going to take off. And he's down at the Pittsburgh 11. So Michigan State, both of these offenses, except for the first drive by Pittsburgh, are really giving the opposing defense a hard time. A really, really hard time. First and 10, 5:36 remaining. 7-7. Number 10 Michigan State, it's actually at the 13. First and 10 at the 13. Thorne in the backfield with Joyner. Play fake, toss, and ripped out of bounds. About a 5-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 5 inside the Pittsburgh 10. Yeah. Naylor being back is important for Michigan State. They need all the receivers they can get because unless they pass super efficiently, which is what they need to do first, the run game is not nearly as useful as it is with Walker. I mean, no offense to the men in the backfield, Walker's far better than anyone else in that Michigan State backfield. I mean, he's the number 1 running back going to be taken in the draft. Toss. I don't know why he let a false start. Yeah, it's going to be false start. It'll be 2nd and 10. It was about to be a touchdown pass. Yeah, the score, Jack, is 7-7 here. 7-7. Here's the call. I don't know if it's a false start or what. False start, yep, on Michigan State. It'll be 2nd and 10. Probably flinched a little bit. Probably flinched. Which is, just what happens. How's the Tennessee game going? It seems that Tennessee's at a 4th and goal. Pittsburgh is like 6 guys up. It is a draw, and Joyner only gets about 3. It'll be 3rd and 7. Michigan State will have to throw here, I presume, though you never know. Thorne has obvious scrambling capability. We've seen it multiple times. And if you're watching this game live, you've already seen it in this game. He scrambled for a first down. 3rd and 8. Pittsburgh, they hold them to a field goal. It's a win. Because we all know that you can score against Michigan State's defense. You got to hold State to 10 here if you want to, possibly take the lead and get some momentum. Because right now, State has the momentum. State's and timeout by Pittsburgh. First timeout. Pat Narduzzi doesn't like the look. Purdue has the ball and a chance to win. Did Purdue hold Tennessee on a 4th and goal?
Review. Plays under review. Ball carrier down to 1.
Did they have a chance to win it? Purdue? Did they hold them on the 4th and goal? Wow. Tennessee was held from a 4th and goal, so Purdue has a chance to actually win it. Jack Harrington is right.
Nice. They can get a field goal and win it.
So, yeah, my friends just decided to turn it to the Tennessee-Purdue game during the ad break, which makes sense. Yeah, Purdue with score wins. Wow. What a game that was. I was watching that before. Wow. It's interesting. Cool. Like and subscribe if you haven't already as well. I'm going to be going live tomorrow for Cincinnati versus Alabama and Georgia versus Michigan. I'm probably going to problem solve to get a better setup than this. This is kind of last minute, but yeah, at least it's not a playoff game. Purdue wins with score here, and I think the State game might be back on. I think. That's yeah, it's back on. Pretty sure. That's Michigan at UCF. There.
No, it's on ESPN too because of the other game.
Ah. Yeah. Okay. Horrible bowl season rolled. Yeah, the SEC is at a pretty bad bowl season. It's pretty atrocious. I mean, I'm assuming they're going to lose here because it's 2nd and 3 at the Tennessee 18. Purdue has the ball. They score, they win. I'm assuming Purdue wins this game, And the SEC all year has been, honestly, the SEC has been pretty weak this year. It's been Alabama, Georgia at Tier 1, Ole Miss, maybe Arkansas and Kentucky, and then everyone else is not a good football team. And it's just how the SEC has been this year. Alabama, Georgia, obviously very good teams. Back on the Michigan State-Pitt game, 7-7, 3rd and 8. Thorne is in the backfield with Joyner. Maybe changing the play at the line. It is a handoff. Perfect blockers, but he's not going to get it. And there is a flag. And if there's a holding, you got to wonder. I doubt Pitt's going to take it, but you almost got to wonder. Yep, holding. There's a hold. They'll probably decline it. Yep. It's 7-7 at the moment. Michigan State will likely send out the field goal. No, Pittsburgh doesn't decline it. It's interesting. They were probably thinking that Michigan State was going to go for it.
That questionable false start kind of screwed over State this drive.
Yeah, the false start, again, Michigan State is a team that if they didn't make mistakes, like penalties, I think they lead the Big Ten in penalties, or they used to, they would, I mean, honestly, it's penalties, it's youth, it's not a lot's holding them back. But it's now 3rd and 18, and, I mean, I'm assuming Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh sends massive pressure. And the reason...
That's called Coughlin wanted it on the right side.
Yeah.
The reason they probably, in all honesty, let the holding penalty go is because Coughlin has been injured and they didn't want just a given 3 points. They wanted to see if they could have him try for it. Purdue with the ball, and it's 4th down right now.
The kicker wanted it lined up on the right side, so that's why that play was called.
Matt Coughlin, 11 of 17 field goals. His long is 51, but in the later part of the season...
35 to 45.
Yeah. So, 36-yard attempt. Will he make it? Yes, he will. 10-7, Michigan State. 2 minutes, 39 seconds left. And Purdue wins. 48-45. They win it. And they're going to be 9-4, and they deserve to be ranked at the end of the year. Congratulations to Jeff Brom and that team. Honestly, this is amazing. So 10-7, Pittsburgh prevents Michigan State from completely opening the can of worms, and now Pitt has a chance to go down there and make it a 14-10 game. Yeah, Jack.
I think they're going to have to do it with Davis, though.
It's possible. It's possible for Pitt to do it with their third-string QB. I mean, again, this Michigan State secondary... The front seven for Michigan State has to play 100% because the secondary is not going to. So, Michigan State, you're up 10-7. Gotta pressure the third stringer. I expect more often than not blitzes. And a return. There's not really a hole, but they do get decent field position, I think. Oh, flag. Likely a hold. It's 10-7. And they pick up... No, they don't pick up the flag, pardon me. There is no foul.
These refs are definitely biased, it seems.
Oh, enough of you. Enough of you. Big Ten is a bigger market.
What does that matter? What does that have to do with ref calling?
Means if Pittsburgh wins, they probably get more money.
Oh.
Means if Michigan State wins.
Is there already been like 2 or 3 questionable ones.
The secondary for MSU is poop emoji. Yes, Jack Harrington. I agree, and all the state fans here agree, and Pittsburgh has a false start, which is hysterical. I mean, they get called for holding, it's declined. They immediately follow that up with, oh, another mistake. Yep, 1st and 15. So Pittsburgh's now a little out of rhythm. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Pittsburgh's second string QB is done for the night. He's out. He has a cast, so your third stringer is now going to have to... If Pittsburgh wins this game with their third string QB, that is a lot to say about MSU and a lot to say about Pittsburgh. This game is entertaining thus far. Tackle for loss, it's going to be 2nd and 17. Pittsburgh did not run well there. Robert Griffin III is calling this game. So Pittsburgh just, okay. Man, this guy, nice move. It'll be about 3rd and 10, maybe 3rd 9, 3rd and 8. So that was a good play by Bevel. Bevel. I think Bevel. Number 17 for Pitt. Yeah. So Pittsburgh, he actually looks a lot like Pickett. I thought that was Pickett with the hair and everything. 3rd and 9. Pittsburgh, you got to convert this and get some momentum. Steps back. Pressured. Throws. Oh my gosh. Broken tackle. 4th and 1. Wonder if Pittsburgh will go for it. Probably not, but you never know. You know, third string QB, it's 4th and 1. You've been running successfully on Michigan State all game. Do you go for it or do you punt? The offense is on the field, yes. This is... I don't get why people were discounting this game just because Walker and Pickett were out. We're already seeing some exciting decision-making. Yeah, oh, well, this is where the front 7 for MSU is about to be tested. Pittsburgh's 25th in the FBS for converted 4th downs. QB sneak, Pittsburgh's definitely got it. They got it. The ball, forward progress, the ball crossed the line. They're going to get it. Yeah. Well, 1st and 10, Pittsburgh took a risk. They gambled, and it paid off. 1st and 10 at their 42. Again, Davis Bevel. 3rd stringer for Pitt. Can he do it? He's trying to get out. He throws it incomplete. 2nd and 10. He didn't throw a pick. He didn't get sacked, but he did look very uncomfortable, as you would expect from a 3rd string QB. All right. This game is entertaining. Seriously. MSU looks to have 2 safeties in the backfield. Corner blitz, screen. Oh, missed tackle by MSU. It'll be 3rd and 9. Man, they got away with that one. Pittsburgh did. It was a corner blitz. Screen pass that could have turned into a -4 play. You gain a yard. He hasn't. No. Amazing. I am doing very well. How are you doing? And this is going to be the end, ladies and gentlemen. The end of the first quarter. Pittsburgh is going to talk about how they can get yardage on 3rd and 9. 10-7. Michigan State has the lead. I can't believe it. Like, if you're a Pitt fan, I have compassion for you. You're Your main running back isn't in, nowhere to be found, and your second stringer is, done. I feel bad. So, yeah, that's just kind of to put it in summary. 10-7, both teams about equal yardage, both under 100 yards, which, for how the defenses of these teams are, is kind of unusual. Pitt having almost 3 more minutes of TOP, 8:57 to 6:03. Pitt also having 2 more first downs. Interesting. Leading receiver for MSU is Jaden Reed. It's Jordan Addison for Pitt. Nick Patty is the leading passer and rusher for Pitt. You gotta hope that isn't the case as he's out of the game. And Peyton Thorne is also the leader in rushing yards and passing yards for MSU. So the QB is carrying the main part of the load. And, man, I can't. It's just crazy. The SEC is like 1 in 5. 1 in 5 in bowl games. 1 in 5. Tennessee losing to Purdue. This team competed with Alabama until the fourth quarter. And it's, South Carolina, they're impressive. They're 7-6. It's impressive what Shane Beamer has done. Auburn losing to Houston is just comedy gold because, before the season, who even was Houston? Now they're this 12-2 team. Auburn has its first losing season since the Gene Chizik era, which was almost a decade ago. The SEC, and then Mississippi State getting destroyed by Texas Tech. Another entertaining ball game. So, it's interesting. I'm fascinated by how this season is. This season is the embodiment of chaos. We thought last year would be. Last year wasn't. Alabama and Ohio State met up in the national title game. It's seriously, same old, same old. It's just instead of Clemson, it was the team that beat Clemson and Ohio State. Now in the national title game, it could be same old, Alabama, Georgia. The entire season, though, has been far more chaotic. Michigan winning the Big Ten. Iowa winning the West. Wisconsin being gutter trash on offense. Minnesota, despite having 3 running back injuries, being 9-4. It's amazing. Okay, start of the second quarter. Bevel is back. Oh my gosh, he's going to get sacked at the 30. Michigan State, the front 7 was going to get pressure at some point, and Bevel not fast enough, not experienced enough to escape it. So Pittsburgh's going to have to punt. I predicted Pitt to win, but I was not expecting their starting running back and decent second-string quarterback to be out. That's huge. It's 4th and 22. But Pitt's defense is better than State's defense. But that's the only ounce of hope I can provide for Pittsburgh right now. This sucks. Michigan State looks to be coming after the punt. Let's see if they do. They do not. Punts it away. Reed back there does not fair catch it, but doesn't have a lot of blockers. He escapes regardless, and that's a good return. I think he's out at the 30.
That was a 6-yard return. He just went so far back.
Exactly. He ran 20 yards horizontally, only got 6, which is sometimes 6 yards makes all the difference. We'll see. Yeah, Kenny Pickett is watching this game saying...
Was it somebody in the chat said that he's calling plays for them?
That Kenny Pickett's calling plays?
He said that in the chat. I don't know if it's true or not, but...
If Kenny Pickett's calling plays, it kind of makes sense as to why they got the touchdown drive. Pickett's a genius. It would help to have him... And, some of the offensive assistants out there calling plays.
Shoots up at halftime.
That would be funny. I don't know. Wake Forest favored by 16 over Rutgers. That is one I don't know about. I mean, yeah, Rutgers is 5-7. Wake Forest is 10-3 and has an amazing offense. 16 points, though. That's huge. And Wake Forest doesn't have that good of a defense either. Granted, Rutgers doesn't have a good offense. But interesting. And another fortune favors the brave ad that no one cares about. It's not even about the military. It's about Crypto.com. But whatever. Jaden Reed, yep, out to the Michigan State 32. There is a commercial break, but it'll be back shortly. ESPN's FPI gives Michigan State a 53% chance to win this game. 53. Granted, Pittsburgh is heavily favored by the FPI. Like, Pittsburgh, I think, is top 15 in the FPI, where Michigan State is barely top 20 in the Football Power Index.
The ESPN predictions gave Pittsburgh like a 65% chance to win.
Yeah. But I don't think Yeah, exactly. And I don't think the FPI counts for opt-outs either. I don't think they do. Don't think they're meant to. But whatever. Michigan, Big Ten going to go 5-0 tonight. Meanwhile, the SEC is 1-5. Michigan, man, yes, that is comedy gold at its finest. It just is. Don't get me wrong. I think Alabama and Georgia are undisputably better than anything the Big Ten has produced this year besides Michigan, and if you're Georgia, maybe Ohio State. I think Ohio State's offense would tear up Georgia's defense. You can debate me on that, but I think the mismatch and seeing what Alabama did, Ohio State's offense is Alabama's with better wide receivers, a better O-line, a better running back. The only thing that isn't better is the quarterback. Like, for real. And better tight ends, too. So, you can debate me on that all you want. Thorne hands it off, and just whoever that was, Elijah Collins was just stuffed. Elijah Collins, almost at 1,000 yards back when D'Antonio was the head coach in 2019. Think he's a senior this year. Could be wrong. Thorne, another handoff. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Collins again. Going to be another short pass. We'll see what happens. And Michigan, man, yes, I hope Michigan's going to win the Natty. I think we're going to lose to Alabama and be 13-2, ending the year number 2. There's a really good chance we can win it, though. Michigan State's Robert Griffin III's key to win is to stop Jordan Addison. You don't necessarily have to stop him if the quarterback can't throw to him. Pressure. And, that was a big hit. And I think that was Naylor? No, it's Coleman. Receiver. Caught it, and Michigan State is a first down.
That's why you just go for the tackle versus the big hit half the time.
Keon Coleman. What a cool name. Peyton Thorne in the backfield, I think with Collins. Yes, 24. Play fake, immediate pressure, throws it anyway, and amazing one-handed catch. And Michigan State is about to go up 17-7. That was cool. It was Naylor, and Naylor appears to have re-aggravated whatever injury he had. Lower body, ankle. And quick tempo, that is not going to work. Jaden Reed protests for a flag, or I don't know if he did or not, but the ball was out of bounds. 2nd and goal at the Pitt 4, Michigan State. In field goal range, Naylor is limping. I would be shocked if he returned at least in the second quarter, though who knows. But he's limping. He looks a little freaked out, to be honest with you. So cool. Anyway, Naylor, very important part of this team. Reed, even more so. And you see that as with the fact that he, one-handed caught that. Reed is one of the best wide receivers in the Big Ten. False start, I believe, by the Spartans, and you cannot afford to do this. But we'll see.
You can tell his State's offense lost a little bit of explosiveness when Naylor went down.
Yeah, exactly. And what's the call on the field? False start, yes, which is why they blew the play dead. That's a facepalm move by me. I knew MSU was going to win when I heard their starting QB was opting out. Well, Michigan, man, here's the thing. Walker is just as... I will make the argument all day that Walker is about as important to Michigan State as Pickett was to Pitt. Because Walker won the game against Michigan. Walker would have helped them attempt to stay in the game against Ohio State, because Ohio State's rush defense is a paper tiger. Thorne, oh my goodness, is sacked. That is huge by Pittsburgh. Again, Pittsburgh, they are second in the nation, only behind Oklahoma State in sacks. It'll be 3rd and goal. Michigan State at this point has to hope to just get some yards and kick the field goal. It might have been, but it looked like it could have been. Yup, it counts as a sack according to ESPN. I thought it was typical, why is a State fan ever... Yeah, I was going to say. 4th and goal at the Pitt 15. Thorne steps back, throws. It looked like it could have been picked off, but too high. It'll be 4th and goal. Gonna have to bring out at Coughlin. And this is what Pitt you need to do. If you can't stop MSU from getting yards, play the bend but don't break game, which I hate, and just hold them to field goals. And I hate it because you don't have a guy who can throw to Jordan Addison, at least at the moment.
All starts have killed us.
Yeah, again, penalties. Penalties have killed the Spartans all year. They're holding them back, but not killing them as they still lead at the moment. And Coughlin misses the field goal. Wow. 10-7. Man, Pitt, the momentum swinging in Pitt's favor. Thorne did all he could. So, 10-7. This game's shaping out to be entertaining. You thought it would be You thought this game would be explosive. Guess what? Only 17 combined points, 11-17 left in the second quarter. 10-7. What an amazing game. Yeah, Coughlin missed the field goal, which I can't believe, but it is what it is. And ever since he got injured, he's been inaccurate. He got injured, I forget if it was the Michigan game or not. Yeah, Indiana game. Thank you. Cincinnati versus Michigan national title would be interesting. Don't think it's going to happen. Alabama, and listen, Alabama just has too much talent. They have Nick Saban. Even though Georgia matches up better with Cincy's style of play, because Kirby Smart is not Nick Saban, I would give Cincy a better chance against Georgia than I would Alabama. Alabama, the talent advantage here that Alabama has, plus, Jamison Williams and Bryce Young, the Heisman winner QB, it's going to be too much for Cincy to handle. Now, what I will say... There's a commercial break on, by the way. That's not why I'm talking about the Peach Bowl. What I will say is John Mechie III is out, and he is their second best wide receiver. You have Sauce Gardner, you have Kobe Bryant, like some of the two best corners in the nation. You could make the argument for that. They might be able to do enough to hold Alabama and frustrate them into making mistakes and maybe put themselves in a position to win. Who knows? Also, like and subscribe if you have not already. I do live reviews just now for the bowls, and I try and interact with my chat. So like and subscribe if you haven't. We've had 1,000 playbacks. We have about 30 concurrent viewers right now. 7 likes. This is a live review. Gonna stay on. So awesome, honestly. A face reveal. Yes, this is what I look like. A 19-year-old kid with a half beard, and I'm wearing a Nebraska varsity jacket that I bought off of eBay. What's new? What is new? So, yeah. That missed field goal, though. This is what has defined MSU all year when they lose. When they win, when they lose, it's their own mistakes. Shooting themselves in the foot against Purdue. Ohio State, I think, was a loss no matter what. Pitt gets about a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 22. That right there was number 9. I think that might be their starter. That might be their starting running back. I think. Possibly. Bevel hands it off. No, it's Rodney Hammond Jr., pardon me. And he, again, gets a 4-yard carry. It'll be 3rd and 4. And we've seen Pitt go for it on 4th and 1. I mean, Pitt knows they're not going to be able to hold MSU's defense to 10 points. That's asinine. That's ridiculous. You'd be an idiot to say that. No, I'm good. But Pitt, Pat Narduzzi's probably willing to be a sociopath and go for it on 4th and 1 in his own territory. Bevel rolls out. He's going to throw it away. Yeah, they are. That's what they should have done. That's what I said. You have to blitz him. If you don't blitz him, it's stupid. I mean, he's a 3rd stringer. Just scare the crap out of him. It'll be 4th and 5. You'd have to be a maniac to go for it on 4th and 5. They're punting it away.
4-star recruit, so obviously things haven't gone as planned throughout his college career.
Yeah. If he's a freshman or redshirt freshman.
Yeah, go way down the depth chart. Way down the depth chart.
Davis Bevel. He's a sophomore. Probably maybe a freshman because of COVID. Because they don't always count the COVID year. Punt, they tried to show an illusion as if there was going to be another man on the other side of the field. Didn't work. Fair caught by Jaden Reed. And thank you for the likes, guys. We're up to 9 likes and 48 concurrent viewers. 1,335 playbacks. Thank you all. Share this video around. And let's get a good old watch party going. Michigan 31, Bama 27 in the national title game. Again, like and subscribe if you have not already, and join me tomorrow to watch the playoff games and revel in the greatest sport of all time. Michigan 31, Bama 27. I could see it. We held Ohio State's offense to 27 points, and Alabama's defense is better. They also have Nick Saban as their head coach. That is a realistic way for Michigan to win. And Michigan State just having no success with the run. Collins tried to get free. He did break a tackle, but he only got about a yard to gain. Only a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Mel Tucker, obviously, I'd say a top 25 head coach on the sidelines, talking it over with some of his staffers. He's always talking, always discussing, and always acting as well. And here we go. Pittsburgh sends 5 guys forward and caught. Wow. That's nice. Trey Mosley, 1st down reception. Out to the 37 of Michigan State. 1st and 10. Michigan State is going to start. Michigan State's going to start bearing down on Pitt. 155. Listen, Michigan State is nearly double the yards that Pittsburgh does. 169 to 87. So Michigan State's going to eventually, they're going to push this Pitt defense to the breaking point if Pittsburgh can't get something going. Fake screen dropped by Collins, but that was also a little high of a pass as well. No, the guy looked like the guy was going to miss him. I'm just writing to say I'm listening as I'm playing my Madden Dynasty, so I know what's going on with the game. Thanks for doing this, Sam. No problem, James. My pleasure. And go blue, of course. Go blue. And hopefully, Michigan State and Ohio State pull this out so the Big Ten can look really good. And Thorne, nice draw. First down, 11-yard run. Again, Thorne, not necessarily a dual-threat guy, but, like, let me make a comparison. Like Joe Burrow, not in the throwing, but like Joe Burrow, he can run and convert when needed. And Elijah Collins, about 3-yard run. I bet too much on MSU. Landau, are you a Michigan State fan or not? I mean, betting on MSU, seeing these injuries is intelligent, but Pittsburgh could strike. I mean, the MSU secondary at any moment could completely collapse. Completely. Also, again, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Do this channel a big favor. Thorne in the backfield with Simmons, I believe. Flea flicker that was dropped. I mean, you know MSU's going to try a flea flicker, but that was poorly executed. It's going to be 3rd and long.
He didn't hand it back.
It was smart to just fall.
He didn't fling it back to him very well at all. That's on Simmons. What happened?
Jordan Simmons. I don't know who that was on. You know, it's hard to blame it's hard to blame just one individual when it's a play like a flea flicker.
When he went to fling it back,
It was a little low. I will say that.
I think he wasn't looking where he's pitching.
3rd and 12. Again, this Pitt D-line. Pressure. Blitz. You know MSU's D-line or O-line. Tipped. That was tipped. That ball had to be tipped. It was a strong release, and I guarantee you that was tipped at the line of scrimmage. 4th and 12. Well, my friend just said State should be winning by a lot more, and I agree, but it's missed execution. It's the fumble, the false start, Coughlin missing the field goal. State, for now, totally the better, obviously the better team. Part of that's, Pitt just having tons of injuries. But still, they're making mistakes. Fair catch at about the 12 or 11 by Pitt. Pitt, they keep getting opportunities. Their defense and MSU's mistakes are just doing stuff. 11 likes. Well, thank you guys. 2,248 playbacks. And at the moment, we have, I think, 49 concurrent viewers. Awesome. What do you guys think about this game thus far? Michigan State is up 10-7. They are outgaining Pitt by almost 100 total yards. Outgaining them by 2 first downs. Time of possession is now in State's favor, despite State obviously being the more up-tempo spread kind of team. What do you think? MSU's also only given about a 51% chance to win this game. 52.9, pardon me. According to ESPN's FPI, we might have a scoreless second quarter. Nick Patty, who's been out for about, a half hour, still leads the team in passing yards and rushing yards. So Pitt's offense, you got to get something going. I know Michigan State is literally stubbing their toe and putting their hand on the burner. It doesn't matter.
6'6", 235. That's how tall that kid is.
That's crazy.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So, Pitt, you got to do something. Tuck overrated. I'm a Michigan fan, and I don't think so. Also, 15 likes. That is huge. I don't think Tuck is overrated, though. I just don't. That is... No. However, what I will say is just... He's a good coach. Some people are acting like he's Nick Saban incognito. Don't know if that's the case. Don't really think so. It's hard to replicate that. But, oh my gosh, the connection's going bad. What? It's back a little bit. I pictured you, Sam, as a Dick Tracy, black-haired, clean-shaven good guy in a dingy, dark yellow trench coat. What?
Dick Tracy, nice.
Yeah. This is interesting. Sorry about that. There's a connection issue for some reason. I don't know if there's like a ton of people on the Wi-Fi, like neighbors on it. I don't know. Ah, that's what it is. Apparently the connection is not the greatest. However, no worries. Oh my gosh. Why is this is what's frustrating.
Oh my gosh, look at Conley. It was like a...
My stream is what? Why is the connection so...
Connor, look at Conley. You see him? He look like a lumber...
I apologize about the connection, guys, again. Like, seriously. It is what it is, though. We're not going to let it ruin our day here. Bevel steps back. Man, that was good awareness. Dodges. Tackle. So instead of getting sacked, it gets a 9-yard gain. 18 likes now. Keep pumping up those likes. Hitting that subscribe button. Let's get a watch party in here. Apologies for the poor connection. It's not the end of the world, though. Don't let it end this amazing time. 18 likes, guys. Seriously. Throws. Oh my gosh, dropped. Again, Pitt's mistakes. Addison, the star wide receiver, dropped it. He dropped it. Tuck is not overrated, though. Just wanted to make that comment. An A Roll Tide by Isaiah Mendoza. And Roll Tide indeed. You know, I do kind of want Cincy to get the upset, but it would be cooler if Michigan beat both Georgia and Bama. And I want that. Give me the hard stuff. 4th and 2. The punt was almost blocked. Reed. Oh, they're gonna let it bounce. And oh my gosh, MSU's gonna have amazing. If MSU does not score on this drive,
No fights, no penalties.
if Michigan State does not score on this drive, go away. Seriously, go away if you don't score on this drive. You're at the Pittsburgh. You're... Yeah, if this turns into a 10-7 football game, I will cry myself to sleep. That is what I will do. This game does not deserve to finish 10-7. These two secondaries do not deserve that kind of break. Okay, nothing's wrong with your stream. We have excellent connection now. I've done a live review of the Super Bowl before Watch Party. The connection was worse then, but that's because there were like 5 people here with all their phones on the Wi-Fi network. But the connection's solid at the moment. This is seriously awesome, guys. Went from early on just having like maybe a person or two, and now we're having like anywhere from like 30 to 50 people on, which is cool. Honestly, like, I'm happy with this. Who couldn't be? Right now, from 8 to 9... Guys, from 8 to 9 p.m., we have 1,000 viewers. Listen, we have 928 viewers in 20 minutes. Pump those numbers up. Share this video around. DJ Hells, go green. I'm a Michigan fan. I hate that you beat us. Go green. And I say that because I love Pittsburgh. If Pittsburgh wins, I will mock MSU, and good for Pat Narduzzi. But I need the Big Ten to look good. It'd be much better if we lost to an 11-2 football team than if we lost to a 10-3 team, honestly. 22 likes, 23, you guys just impress me. Keep pumping it up. And Purdue versus Tennessee, Isaiah. Yes, I did see that. That game was toxic. It was toxic. You know, shootout. Purdue had no business winning that game. They won it. Just shows that how good of a head coach Jeff Promise. Why does this guy hate fruits and vegetables? Whoever said that I hate fruits and vegetables? Who said that? Get out of here. I don't hate fruits and vegetables. I am more of a protein meat guy, though. I am not vegan. I would rather. Yeah, that comment came out of nowhere, which is the best. Those are the best comments. That would be like someone asking Kenny Pickett after the game, do you like your pizza dipped in ranch or not? It's horrible. Okay, why is Michigan State running it? Oh, because of that. Yeah, the second I ask why they're running it, Jordan Simmons gets a 6-yard carry. Awesome. 2nd and 3. Again, Michigan State, you score. Do something. I mean, I'm half expecting a false start here. But, they got four receivers out there. Simmons in the backfield. They hand it off, and it's red immediately. It's going to be 3rd and 3. And this Michigan State, can't force the run. But they really haven't been. They've been trying to pass it, but whether it's false starts or just busted plays, and it looks as if Michigan State was trying to go fast. Yep, false start. Again, another false start, guys. I need a 55 over and Michigan State by 3. You're not getting the 55 over. Michigan State is playing. I don't even know what they're playing. They think they're playing on rookie mode in Madden. They're not. And Pittsburgh does not have starters on offense outside of Addison. They don't even have a quarterback who can throw to Addison. And Addison dropped a pass. Pittsburgh again with 5 guys. Pass caught. Man, Michigan wide receivers. Michigan State, pardon me, not Michigan. Abusing this Pittsburgh secondary. 1st and 10 at the Pitt 40. Disaster. No drivers available to deliver pizza. That is a disaster. I hope that you somehow get pizza. Pittsburgh with only 3 total yards in the second quarter. Asinine. Why? Pittsburgh sending everyone forward. They ran the play perfectly. Simmons with a 2-yard carry. Pittsburgh's defense is saving this team. They sent 7 guys they knew Michigan State was going to run.
They have the same amount of points in the second quarter as us. 103 less yards.
Just shows the inefficiency is what that shows. That's probably why. You know what? Those mistakes are probably the reason. Oh my gosh. Big guy injured. Defensive lineman down. Number 95 for Pittsburgh. It stinks. And commercial break. I'm going to go and find out who number 95 for Pittsburgh is. He has to be on the defensive line. And he has to be a defensive lineman.
Hi, my name is Janae, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken tortilla soup is it makes me feel warm inside. This is what cozy feels like. This is what nice little fireplace, looking with love feels like.
I'm still looking for 95. I am curious. He's not in the top for sacks, so he's not their main pressure dude. Doesn't appear to be. Chris Maloney is 96, but I swear that was 95. Devin Danielson. Yes. Junior, 6'2", 310 pounds, 6 solo tackles, a sack. Not the biggest impact, but one guy down is all you need sometimes. Hey, I got a question. Would you agree if my Buckeyes get dominated in the trenches yet again this week against Utah that the toughness we had with Urban is gone? No, because Look back to your 2017... Heck, look back to your undefeated 2012 team that barely beat anyone. And look back to your 2017 Ohio State team who got floored by Iowa. Who also choked a lead to Oklahoma at home. And Oklahoma was good that year, but Ohio State was supposed to be really good. This team is not as tough as past teams, but this team is also young. It's younger, and a lot of them are more talented. And eventually, listen, Josh, when you are that successful, the fruits of success can bear seeds of arrogance. This Ohio State team walked into the big house honestly thinking that because they beat Michigan State by 49, they would walk over Michigan. It's a fact. And I'm not saying, oh, that means Michigan State's better than Michigan. No, that's garbage. But the point is, don't give up on day. You give up on day if 10-3 is the reality next year. You have no excuse to go 10-3 next year. Your biggest trap game next year is honestly going into Spartan Stadium. You have to travel to Michigan State next year, and you have no reason to lose to them. They lose Walker, they might lose Jaden Reed, and I don't care if Walker somehow return next year. You outmatch them at talent at every position. Trevion Henderson has as much potential, if not more, as Kenneth Walker. Don't give up on Day. Don't do it. I know it's tempting. Don't do it. Day is a good coach. And, oh my goodness, he's going to bounce, and it only gets 3 yards. That was impressive, though, by Simmons. It turned from what looked to be a 5-yard loss to a good game. And, guys, almost 8:30 here. We have 1,234 views on the hour. 4,000 playbacks. Stay with me here. All of you watching this, stay with me. Listen to the commentary. It's worth it. Thorne in the backfield with Simmons. It is a handoff, and it actually works. First, that to me, that didn't make sense, but if it works, it works. It doesn't need to make sense. 10-7. It doesn't matter. They've been stuffing the run all day. Yeah, exactly. 8 carries, 6... 10-7 Michigan State. And they're at the Pittsburgh 29, so in theory they're in field goal range. But you don't want a field goal here because... Oh, play action fake. Picked off! Thorne picked off by Pittsburgh. That secondary, like I said, they're not the best at coverage, but they are, I think, top 25 in interceptions on the year. They make you pay. But this Pittsburgh defense is impressive. But wow. I mean, I know who he was throwing to, but that Pittsburgh defender read Thorne like a book. Number 9. 10-7. Yeah, he didn't see him coming around. Yeah. No, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't see. He was targeting, I think it was, I swear he was targeting Reed, which is a no-brainer. I mean, if Reed is open, he's open, but you can't throw to a safety. You can't do it. Sorry about Ronnie Bell. By the way, that's tough. A Buckeye fan apologizing for our best player being injured. You're a good sport. Luckily, he's returning next year, and I expect Michigan's pass offense to be great next year. Potentially the best in the Harbaugh era. The Michigan passing game next year. It's going to be great. Blake Corum is going to have, I think, a really good year next year. I mean, Michigan's offense, the question is the defense, because Aiden Hutchinson, Aiden Hutchinson's leaving, Ojabo's leaving, Hill is going to be... The question's going to be the defense, because the offense for Michigan next year, you look at who's returning, half the O-line returns, a lot of the receivers, I think, are going to return. Michigan's offense next year, outside of Ohio State's could be the most explosive in the Big Ten. And that sounds like heresy, but I think it's factual. I think it's a very good chance of happening. It might even be the most efficient. Even more efficient than OSU's with the returning starters. 447 subscribers right now. All of you who are watching, if you have not subscribed to this channel, sub. Hit that sub button, hit the notification bell. 26 likes right now. 26. I'm not an OSU fan, R says. Does the current Michigan team beat any Urban Meyer coached OSU team? We would beat 2017 and 2016 and 2012. We would beat 3. This Michigan team, in my opinion, would beat 3 Urban Meyer teams. Actually, heck, throw that out. We would beat the 2015 team. This Michigan team would lose to the 14 team. I mean, you never know, and I don't want to say we would, but I'm going to say we would lose to the 14 OSU team. We would lose also to the 19 OSU team. All the other OSU teams we could definitely beat because this team is a playoff team. We lost. Our one loss was to a good team. We did not lose to 2 teams. We did not lose to one 6-6 team. We lost to an 11-2 rival. Man, that was a good play. It was a halfback draw for Pittsburgh. They gained about 12 yards there. That was a good play call. That faked even me out. I thought they were going to pass. Bevel in the backfield. Pass complete to Jordan Addison for a 10-yard gain and a first down. Pitt is now moving the ball. No, Josh, I think it's true. This Michigan team is good. And this Michigan team is tough, too. A lot. Remember, Urban had some close encounters with the 2017 and 2016 Michigan teams who weren't as tough as this team. This team has toughness to it. And Bevel escapes pressure, has basically free range, throws, it's caught by Addison, he's going around, he has blockers, Addison, 30, 20, out at the 13. Pittsburgh is now in position to take the lead. They have all the momentum at the moment. From MSU bearing down on Pitt to Pitt.
They screwed up in field goal range twice. We should have at least 16 right now.
I guarantee you there are some idiots saying that Jay Johnson should be fired. Do not be that person. Anyway, Addison, he made a play. I mean, he won the best wide receiver award for a reason. Would Michigan beat Jacksonville? Yes, because Urban Meyer stinks as an NFL head coach. He's a goated college coach, though. I respect him completely as a college coach, not as an NFL coach. And it's the same with Nick Saban. Toss. Oh my gosh, it works. He stays on his feet. Broken tackle. Pittsburgh, a 12-yard run at the 1. Pittsburgh, Robert Griffin III just said something. I don't even know what he said. Pittsburgh is lining up with tempo. Vincent Davis in the backfield. Tackled for loss. I don't know why they did that. Panashuk. Panashuk is good, and MSU's D-line, they knew that Pittsburgh was... Why do that? Throw it. But anyway, Pittsburgh just has a chance to tie it. Would you kick field goals for Urban? An Ohio State fan making that joke just makes it even better. That's amazing. You guys have a sense of humor. Yes, I would, just so I could sue him and get some money after he kicked me. I would totally do that. Oh, man. It's this game. Michigan State, they deserve to lose. I mean, if they lose, they deserve it. These mistakes have been atrocious. They should be up. They honestly should be up at least 16-7. Or at least 13-7. I mean, you could honestly make an excuse for the missed field goal. Because Coughlin has been injured. But it doesn't matter. They're up 10-7. They have to rely on their defense. And as if you're Michigan State, you cannot rely on your defense. Caught, touchdown, Pittsburgh. Wayne with the reception. Number 5, Pittsburgh is now ahead 13-10. And Bevel, the third stringer, led his team down. Pat Narduzzi hyping up his man. He's a Michigan State guy. I love that man. No fly zone. If you're a Michigan State fan, you got to remember, no fly zone from 2013 to 14, and no fly zone. Dudes could rough up opposing defenses and not get called because Pat Narduzzi was an amazing DC. It looked like he might have dropped it. I saw it. It honestly, the ball, the way it came off the ground with his hands, they might, and they do review most scores as well. Would you rather fight 200 duck-sized Urban Meyers or one Urban Meyer-sized duck?
That's like getting the big questions.
This is an interesting live chat.
Why they gotta be ducks?
That's funny. Man, again, you guys, you've made tonight awesome. 29 likes. If you're viewing this, and I've probably said this an nth amount of times, but it's worth it. Hit that like button and hit that sub button. I mean, seriously, we're on the rise here. And after halftime, who knows? We might get even more. And we're approaching 2,000 views. 2,000 on the hour. Hit that subscribe button and like button if you have not already. Play stands. Touchdown. Armand, you are a genius for, obviously being ahead of my TV. 13-10. Sammy, Pitt for the win. At this very moment, I agree with you because Michigan State looks like it. Oh, no, he barely made it. It looked like he was going to shake it, but that's a huge extra point because now you can't. Yeah, exactly. If he missed that, that would have been huge. Seriously. Someone responded, one Urban Meyer-sized duck. Man, this is just awesome. Yeah, this catch, you look back, he seemed to have control.
Here at the bottom, right there, watch, touch the ground.
That was interesting. But then he dropped it down because he realized it might, that was questionable, but there wasn't indisputable video evidence, and that's why they couldn't overturn it. There wasn't a definite, he dropped it. He had some control going down, and he had all control in the air. That's why they didn't call it. It's somewhat complex, but also somewhat very simple. MSU has 1 minute to go down the field. And a read return would be perfect, but he's down inside the 20. Should not have returned that. He just gave Pitt even more momentum. But imagine how intimidating an Urban Meyer-sized duck would be. I'm not even commenting on this anymore, guys. Not even doing it. Not doing it. I'm not giving in to temptation. Not doing it. Kenny Pickett, It's 58 seconds left, and Mel Tucker, he's not going to run it into halftime. If he did, that'd be funny, but he's not going to. He's not that kind of guy. Watch them do a flea flicker here. No. Pass. Yes, dude, get out of bounds. It's an 8-yard pass. Hayward, the tight end. 8-yard reception. On the money. Gosh, I hate that term. Don't know why. Just, yeah. On the money. 2nd and 1, 52 seconds remaining. We have 62 current live viewers. This is awesome. Only 4 guys forward. They're in zone, I believe. Thorne is sacked. The second sack of the day by this Pitt D-line. And again, I said this in my preview video, and I'm saying it now. A D-line that is top 2 in the nation in sacks against MSU's O-line without Walker is going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. And I think Michigan State is going to try and go for one more play, but they're running down the clock. Pittsburgh is heading into halftime with all the momentum. All of it. And who gets the ball second half? Oh, Michigan State gets the ball second half, though. So they could have an opportunity to spark some momentum, honestly, though. And a run for no gain to end the half. Pittsburgh leads 14-10. They have all the momentum. Someone in the chat, why don't Detroit Lions fans just go to church on Sundays? Well, to answer that question, their team losing so much might have driven them out of the church. I don't know if that's a funny joke, or it might have driven them to insanity. Michigan wins tomorrow. Armand, I agree with you. Georgia is Wisconsin with 5 stars. If Michigan executes a perfect game plan, or it doesn't have to be perfect, a near perfect game plan, they win. And that is the half. So yeah, I'm going to take a sip of my water, and then we'll talk about some just different stuff. So, tell me in the chat right now if you're here. Who will reach the national championship game and why? That's all I'm asking. My pick is Alabama and Michigan. Alabama, they just have too much of a talent advantage. On Cincy, they'll wear them down. Alabama, it would be concerning if they had like a terribly inefficient defense, but their defense is just good enough. It saved them in games where their offense is sputtered. Cincy is good, though. They could totally pull the upset. The people thinking they can't are insane, especially with how chaotic this year has been. I'd say Alabama wins by a minimum of 10 points. Michigan versus Georgia, I think Michigan matches up better with Georgia than people think they do. I mean, Georgia matches up pretty well with Michigan, but I don't trust Stetson Bennett against a good defense. And Michigan makes you pay for mistakes. They're going to pressure Stetson. That's a given. And I think Michigan will win by anywhere from 3 to 7 points. Come on, man. Don't be a home. No, I'm serious. I even set my... I set my homerness aside. There's still... Because, listen here again to this. Georgia, what do you think they're thinking? They just got shellacked by a team that they should have beaten. Their momentum is non-existent. Non-existent. They have no momentum. They have to be motivated. Imagine if Michigan comes out and on their first or second or even third drive, they score. What's Georgia going to be thinking? Seriously. Michigan has momentum. They're peaking at the right time. Georgia... Listen to this, too. Georgia, what did they do against Clemson? Nothing. They did nothing, and Clemson is a great defense. So does Michigan. Against great defenses, this Georgia offense cannot do... They can't score enough points. And I don't know. It's just... It is me being mixed with a homer, but I can actually put up logic to support my opinion that Michigan will win. Cincy, that would be a bit harder. Because as Dennis just said in the chat, Cincy doesn't have the horses. And Penn State plays Arkansas tomorrow. No, Penn State plays Arkansas on New Year's Day. And Penn State's going to lose that game because James Franklin is A, inept, and B, doesn't have a lot of his starters. And KJ Jefferson is just going to dance on Penn State and beat them. Honestly. Michigan by a touchdown. And Josh, yes, that was week 1. I'm going to give it that. But I don't know. I look at Georgia, and Georgia, they put up points against weak defenses. And then when it's against Kentucky, who doesn't have the weakest defense, but it's still meh, Georgia just wears you down. You don't have the talent to face Georgia. You get worn down. And all of Georgia's big wins, Kentucky and Arkansas, were at home. Their closest tough road win was against Tennessee, who just lost to Purdue without their... Georgia, I'm just questioning Georgia, is all I'm doing here. Alabama, I don't think we're beating Bama. Even though theoretically we match up better with Bama than Georgia, I don't think we're beating Bama. I think Bama's going to win. Bama, I predicted this before the year, and I'm going to stay with my preseason prediction. Bama is your repeat national champions. Jim Harbaugh, listen, this year he has been the coach that everyone said he would be. Only this year. Under pressure, this guy has been phenomenal this year. You cut his paycheck in half, you hired young assistants, and Jim Harbaugh is, for this year and this year only, until he becomes consistent, I'm not going to name him an elite head coach. This year, he's been close to elite. Nick Saban's the GOAT, and has been consistently the GOAT. It's why he destroyed Kirby Smart on national TV. He outscored Kirby Smart, guess what? 41-14. So, yeah. No, that's not a touchdown. They're reviewing the Tennessee game. It's not a touchdown. Oh, wait, his knee wasn't down. But, hey, if that's a bogus call, cool. Tennessee finishes 7-6 and the SEC looks bad in bowl season. Yep. Shane Beamer dumped in mayonnaise. Georgia is the Cinderella because Cincinnati is a bust. What? Explain that one for me. Do you ever worry about Jim's recruiting abilities for the long term? What happened to the satellite camps and sleepovers he had? That... Oh, what was I going to say? Apparently Michigan's losing to UCF in basketball, but I don't care because I'm a football guy, and I would, if you told me Michigan national title in football or embarrassing losing season in basketball, well, that'd be the trade-off. I would take the national title and watch my basketball team be horrible. Jim's recruiting, listen, 2023 we have a lot of recruiting. Jim has gotten more serious with recruiting, I think. The sleepovers and stuff, yeah, it can be cool. It's also viewed as childish, and I think 2020, you know the reason MSU got some key in-state recruits, even though, like, we obviously had the more successful season, is just the bad year that 2020 had and just Jim Harbaugh, who he is. He's not a typical person. So him stepping up this year, being serious, being kind of the NFL innovator coach that he was. I mean, this year's Jim Harbaugh was the guy that people knew at Stanford and the 49ers. Players will respect that more than the sleepovers. The basketball game is tense right now. Blue, that is an understatement. I mean, you know what? You know what? No. I hope we lose to UCF and then beat Michigan State in basketball. And yes, I just said that. Because we know that our basketball team is crap. But then we could do what Michigan State has done this year and hang a banner for saying that we beat the team that is probably going to win the Big Ten if Purdue doesn't. I don't think Michigan is going to win the Big Ten in basketball. Sorry, don't think it's going to happen. Hairball, sorry, go away. You know, halftime is boring. Like, I get why it exists, but like the commentators just sit there in their suits and their little ties and just talk about like how good Clemson is when Clemson is a terrible offense. Or talk about how Michigan State needs to do more when that's a duh. Whatever. So, guys have really answered that question. I mean, obviously the consensus is Georgia and Alabama. No one thinks Cincy has a chance. And Nick Saban has talked about this before. He talked about how the media fed Georgia the Kool-Aid and rat poison. Alabama's definitely being fed that right now. You know, Alabama's linebacker, Will Anderson, saying that his team has been disrespected all year. That's stupid. It just doesn't make sense. It's like, no. Alabama's been given the benefit of the doubt. They have stank against the spread. If anything, they've been over-respected. Everyone's Alabama, and some are underestimating Georgia right now. Seriously, some are underestimating Georgia.
Cincy's definitely the most underestimated team because everyone thinks Alabama's just going to sleepwalk.
Yeah, exactly. No, if I'm to go by underrated team, Cincy's number 1, Georgia and Michigan are tied for second. Alabama, no one is sleeping on Alabama. Michigan 42, Ohio 27 says, can't beat a third-string QB, stadium is 60% empty. Halftime show is a broadcast from the set of Michigan's game. That's funny. Do you ever take a class under... I'm not answering that question. No. No. I'm a 19-year-old kid. No. Daxton Hill is in Miami. Yeah, Bama is not the underdog. Oh, we're the underdog. You're favored by 14. Go away. You're favored by 14 points. I hope that Bama, if Cincy is going to win, I want it to be on a wide open pass dropped by their star wide receiver. So that Alabama knows they could have won, but they didn't. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Especially subscribe. I cannot stress this enough. Sub. But Daxton Hill would be a concern for especially Alabama. I honestly don't have enough faith in Stetson Bennett to make enough good throws to where it would be a horrible concern against Georgia. But Daxton Hill, if he couldn't play for the playoffs, period, it'd be horrible for Bama, and that would be, honestly, a main reason for me to pick Bama over Michigan if Michigan beats Georgia. Which I'm very nervous for that game tomorrow. I'm nervous. By the way, guys, 2,000 views this hour. Keep it up, guys. Seriously, I love y'all. Keep it up. And there is my father in the chat. You can say hi to Ken. He'll actually be cheering despite his hatred of Michigan and being a Spartan alum. He'll be cheering for Michigan. Because A, he wants to say that State beat the national champions, and B, he hates the SEC. He hates Georgia. Yeah. Let's go blue. Yes, go blue. I just love how Georgia crossed out all the M's. That, to me, they shouldn't have done that. They're trying to be Ohio State. Listen, even if Georgia beats us, you're not Ohio State to us. We will never treat you like how we treat Ohio State. And I'm not saying that out of arrogance. I'm just saying that's Ohio State's thing. What you're doing is you're asking for trouble. You're asking for us to take you even more seriously. If anything, you're kind of making fun of us, and you don't want to do that to this Michigan team. This Michigan team looks at what other teams do when they mock them, shrug their shoulders, and say, hey, guys, let's do this. And they go out and do it. Luke Fickell wins Bobby Dodd Coach of the Year. He deserves it. He's led a Group of 5 team to the playoffs. Of course he deserves it. If he did not get it, him or Tucker or Narduzzi should have won that award. So, good for them. Seriously. For real. Good for them. Was Peppers overhyped as a player? He should not have gone to New York. That is what I will tell you. He shouldn't have. Hutchinson had a better case to go to New York than Jabril Peppers did. And that is a fact. Because Hutchinson, he didn't have Chase Young numbers, but Hutchinson showed up in the big games. Hutchinson carried his team when his team either played bad or he further enhanced his team's momentum by playing well. I mean, Hutchinson... I wish the Michigan basketball team was good this year, though. Let me look up Michigan basketball. I guarantee you they lost. Yeah, they're down 10 with a minute left. Okay, so, L. UCF's 8-2. I hope they finish ranked or some crap, so the loss looks less embarrassing. Michigan basketball is in a complete state of disarray. This is facts. I also can't wait for gosh, I don't even know what to call this game. Michigan State has still outgained Pittsburgh by 40 yards. Has led in TOP, is tied in first downs. They have a pick, a missed field goal. Let's look at the penalties, too. Michigan State has 4 penalties for 25 yards. Pittsburgh 2 for 10. Michigan State has a higher average yards per pass than Pittsburgh does by 3 yards more. Pittsburgh is running the ball more successfully. At the moment, Pittsburgh's the more disciplined team, and that's why they're winning, because Michigan State is more efficient on third down. They haven't had to go for it in their own territory to attempt to spark momentum. It's interesting. All the games are fascinating anyway. Hutchinson absolutely deserved it more than CJ Stroud. You know, I originally disagreed with that, and then looking back, I didn't mind it at all. Because he did dominate him. He honestly did. And Stroud, a lot of the stats he has are not against amazing teams. Why no live stream? Because otherwise I'm going to get banned. And this is better. You know, half of the live streams, Phil, have ads running during the game. Isn't that criminal? They have ads running to attempt to monetize their channels, which are going to be deleted because they're breaking the rules. To me, that's just comedy gold. Again, like and subscribe, and I'm going to keep repeating that like consistently because A, why not, and B, it's halftime. There's like not much to talk about. But I will ask another question, have you all answer it before. I'll ask you one more question. All right. What? I don't know. I don't even know. Basically, you know, let's just make it about this game. Do you think that who do you think wins? And what do you think should happen, like, depending on who wins? I mean, if Michigan State loses to Pittsburgh, like, in Pittsburgh's current form, it's probably a mixture of, A, Pittsburgh has really good quarterback depth, B, Michigan State is, you know, who they have been all year outside of the Michigan game. What do you think? To me, basketball season starts when football season ends, not a moment sooner. Yes, Michigan 42, Ohio 27. Even when Michigan football stank in 2020, I was that committed. UGA by Micah. You know what? You're 12-1. SEC owns Big Ten. No, I do not agree with that. Also, the connection is having some slight issues right now. Yep, Tennessee did lose to Purdue. Connection's back up. This is why I love that there are only 4 people here, including myself, honestly. YouTube not receiving enough, whatever. The connection is just being strange for some reason, so I apologize for that. I hope this live stream doesn't end. Seems to be going back up. Connection is meh at the moment. Very meh. I have no clue why. But anyway, bear with me here. SEC does not own Big Ten. They don't, Micah. The SEC doesn't own the Big Ten because Purdue just beat Tennessee. We'll find out Friday, though. I mean, if Georgia destroys Michigan, then yes, technically the SEC owns the Big Ten. So yeah, we don't know yet. Georgia is out to prove themselves, Ghost says. What is the weight difference between Georgia defensive line and Michigan offensive line? You know what? I am curious about that. Very curious. I'm going to try and look up some of that right now. I mean, let me say this, though. Even with weight difference, let me just say... Michigan has faced good D-lines throughout the year. Michigan State, Ohio State. And maybe they're not elite, but, you know, UGA, for example, their pass rush isn't the most elite either. They're mainly better at stopping the run. The weight difference, I would say I would favor Georgia because, I mean, the fact they have Jordan Davis and more 5-stars, I'd say Georgia's D-line probably weighs more. I'm also going to say Georgia's D-line has not had to... Georgia's D-line probably, they rotate people, and we even saw this in the Bama game. You catch them by surprise and you drive, they don't have enough stamina. They don't always have enough stamina. So Michigan's O-line, I'd say is... Michigan's O-line has more stamina. Georgia's has more talent. Basically, Georgia's D-line has the higher ceiling, but also the lower floor. That's just my opinion. And yes, Michigan versus Georgia has the potential to be the game of the season, possibly even the game of the decade, depending on what happens. But I would favor Georgia's D-line by weight and by potential. But I'm just going to... I mean, Michigan's O-line, people have tried to damage them all year, and it's never worked. Georgia's D-line, Alabama's O-line, who has not been the greatest, has done some damage to them. That's just all I'm going to say, and it's not even disrespect to Georgia. Georgia's 12-1, or the presumed number one team for months. No disrespect. None. At all. And if you do disrespect Georgia, it's like, why? They're in the playoffs. They deserve to be in the playoffs. Alabama is... I mean, it's Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, Cincy, everyone else. No one else can really talk, can they? Because they're not in the playoffs. And it's about to be the beginning of the third quarter, guys. So there's going to be some more interesting commentary coming back. Another comment from R. If the Big Ten had to pick up teams to counter the recent SEC expansion, who do you pick? Remember, they have to be powerhouses. Oh my gosh. Well, if you're to say powerhouses, pick up Notre Dame and throw Notre Dame in the West. Honestly, pick up Notre Dame and throw Notre Dame in the West. And then pick up someone, I don't care who, someone who has high academic standards. So like Pitt. I think Pitt would actually work. I think Pitt might be an AAU team. Pick them up and throw them in the East. Honestly, like for real. Those are decent. I mean, Notre Dame has been a team that has been pretty good. That would put 3 Blue Bloods in the Big Ten. Notre Dame, Ohio State, Michigan. That'd be good. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. We have 39 likes. It's 9:03 right now. 39 likes, 9:03. Last hour, we had 2,300 views. Share this video around. Keep pumping those views up, guys. Notre Dame and Cincy were my dream, but not going to happen now. Cincy, I don't know. If Cincy's an AAU team, maybe. But, like, I don't know. It has to make sense for the Big Ten. And Notre Dame does because they have academic standards. And Pitt, I think, is an AAU school. My score prediction for the Michigan team, Chance Palmer Vlogs, my score prediction is 27-20 Michigan. Pittsburgh kicks it off. Michigan State lets it bounce out of the end zone. It's 14-10. We now are at 40 likes, ladies and gentlemen. It's big. Mel Tucker says it's not a scheme game. Penalties, they got to stay. Did I just see Mel Tucker say they have to stay with the run? No. You have Peyton Thorne, who's a good QB, and all your receivers are healthy. Except for maybe Naylor. I don't know if I think Naylor is maybe back. But you got to throw the ball. If you're MSU, you got to throw to win. For real. Throw to win. 1st and 10 at the Michigan State 25. Fake. Thorne throws deep. Has him beat. Dropped by Naylor. Naylor had him beat. Thorne did not throw the greatest pass. It wasn't like completely on target, but that was Naylor. Naylor dropped that pass. He was in perfect position. It was just a drop. And someone just confirmed that Pitt is a member of the AAU. You can thank Mr. Joyce for that. Wow, what a drop. And yeah, that was a drop. That was huge. Michigan State gets that. It's momentum. And incomplete, 3rd and 10. I don't know what... did Thorne, take NyQuil at halftime? Yeah, Thorne... it's 3rd and 10. Honestly. I predict you get 58 likes before the game is over, or even more. Let's hope. And the average watch time is only 30 seconds, but seeing how we have 7,000 playbacks, that means there are people watching this, through the whole thing. We have 7,100. 3rd and 10. 14:50 left in the third. Thorne takes the snap. He has to scramble out. Not going to get there. Might have fumbled the ball. Fumble. Might have been a defensive touchdown, but it looked like he was probably down. We'll see. If that's a scoop and score, that's huge, because that'd be the second MSU turnover of the game, and MSU, you'd actually have to abandon the run, seeing how this game is going. But we'll see. He might have been down. Let's see. I think he was down. That was close. Yeah, and that was close. He was on a defender. His knee still might have been down, but that was close. You cannot tell. No, oh no! Oh, that is close. He lost.
You're gonna say it stands.
He lost control before going down, but he still had the ball in his hands, and that makes it tough. So we'll see. They didn't against Michigan. Oh, they didn't even review it. No, they didn't reverse it. That's a scoop and score for Pitt. 21-10. I didn't. That's the third. I think that's the third sack of the game for Pitt. And Michigan State went from again having all the momentum. You're now down by 11. That. Oh my gosh. It's like, Thorne, why didn't you do this against Michigan? I mean, depending on what you believe he did, but at the same time, whatever. That was a off comment, whatever. You do decent play-by-play. Kind of sound like Mark Rogers. Mark Rogers is one of my favorite YouTube college football analysts. That is a compliment. Thank you. Thank you, Walter. But yeah, no, I love Mark Rogers. He's a Buckeye fan, but it doesn't mean anything. Him, Steve Dace, Josh Pate, they're all awesome. All of them. Honestly. You cannot go wrong with those guys. Can't. Why did it list Pitt? It listed Pitt's scoop and score as a safety on ESPN. That is hysterical. That is comedy gold. Right? Whatever. It's just it's disgusting. You know what I bet? Michigan State's going to march down the field and miss the field goal. So far what we are seeing here is a Nebraska-like execution. Mess special teams, mediocre O-line play, the QB's playing well, but it's not enough. Thorne, I don't care that he fumbled for a scoop and score and threw a pick. He's a good QB. The problem is, like I said, his O-line has been his O-line has been puffed up by Walker being a Heisman level player. And the penalties. 21-10. For real. 21-10. And I don't know why it's listed as a safety. That, to me, is just... It's like, what? Yeah, and then Pitt has this awesome basketball hoop that they dunk the football in for a turnover. Oh, now they list it as a touchdown. Okay. 21-10, Pittsburgh given a 69% chance to win according to ESPN's FPI. This game is, oh my gosh. I mean, we knew that Michigan State kind of had this miracle season, but then, I mean, this game still, I want the Big Ten to look good. So Michigan State, what they have to do is they have to go down, and they have to score a TD. A field goal does not. A field goal is pitiful, unless of course it's 4th and 20 and you're trying to get points. A run by Jordan Simmons. Simmons busts a tackle. That's a 10-yard run for a first down. There's Mark. Mark pregame was meeting with Pat Narduzzi. That's awesome. 2 legends in the college football world meeting together. This sucks. Michigan State is my last team for an 8-team parlay. Yeah, that does stink. And now they think that drawing Thorne is intelligent. Gotta throw. I mean, yeah, maybe don't give up on the run, but you don't have Kenneth Walker.
So you can still get the run a little bit.
You can. But you gotta... I don't know. I feel like forcing the run without your best running back... Yeah, exactly. You don't be forcing the run. And that was that Hayward big guy, big boy broke a tackle.
Should have been a massive loss.
Yeah, exactly. Again, like there are Michigan State here. There are certain players who are doing all they can to win and others who are honestly like holding this team back. And that's the beauty of the transfer portal, is Mel Tucker is bringing in guys who are diamonds in the rough. I hate opt-outs. Yeah, I do too. And Josh, despite all your opt-outs, I still think you're going to beat Utah. The whole world is riding Utah to win. RPO, incomplete. That was not the greatest coverage. It's 4th and 3. We've seen Mel Tucker like go for it, but who knows at this point. And with your DTs, Utah's gonna oh no, Josh, the Rose Bowl will be a shootout. I still think Ohio State's gonna win, but your defense will allow yards upon yards. They're punting.
Watch for a fake punt.
Here it is. Fake it. Fake it.
Oh, they faked it and got it.
Oh, man, got it. Oh, it's Hayward. Hayward, yep, you called it. Oh, man,
1st and 10. I mean, I didn't necessarily expect a fake, but
I didn't expect
Tucker
to the first.
Tucker does that stuff.
Tucker's aggressive.
Exactly. Both, Michigan State and even Michigan, both of the Michigan teams this year have been aggressive. Michigan and Michigan State have been very aggressive this year, and it has paid dividends. Yeah, MSU always running fakes and trick plays. Indeed. Another play action by Thorne. 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. So Michigan State moving the ball some, but I mean, Pittsburgh just can't lay down. No, exactly. They can't. 3-yard run by Jordan Simmons. Like and subscribe if you haven't already.
Wait, I didn't know that.
That's Iron Edwards' kid. You didn't know that?
Craig Ironhead Hayward.
That was his dad.
Well, explains why he falls forward even when there's like nothing there.
Fullback.
He was originally a running back.
Okay, well, no,
Oh, his father, yeah.
Tight end was, yeah. But he, oh, yeah, that too, right. Really put him in the tight end and give him some more to eat. Heads up.
Oh, wow. Wow. Thorne is going to have to throw it away.
That's great. Good.
Good.
It's okay.
Good for him. You cannot take a sack.
Hit? How's that? Oh, he looked like he got.
Yep,
late hit.
flag. Flag.
Yeah, that was late. Oh, that guy's down. Ooh.
Bentley good.
Bentley. Oh, Bentley might. I think Bentley might be their best defensive end.
That'll be put us in field goal range.
Oh.
Personal foul.
No, Bentley has had no sacks on the year. Bentley has had no sacks on the year. Bentley is not one of their key players. Are there any COVID issues with any playoff teams? Potential. I heard Michigan with Daxton Hill might be a COVID case. JT Daniels might be. Besides that, no. Nope. First and 10. Michigan State. They're at the Pittsburgh 25.
That's gotta get points.
Should be 21-13 right now.
Points. Here's the key. Get points on this drive.
Still, it should be 21-13.
I know.
It should be, but
Hey, get points on this drive.
I mean, it should be, but it's Michigan State's fault for that not happening. So they need to get points. Yeah.
Ill-advised timing and penalty.
And even if they get they gotta
Flip, they scored that touchdown.
they
Penalty.
they gotta get a TD. I think a field goal here is like Pitt just.
Hell yeah.
Pitt's defensive line is gonna laugh at Michigan State if all they get is a field goal. Can't get a field goal. You gotta get a touchdown. And Tucker will probably go for 2 because he is that individual. But I don't know. Pitt should have seen that coming. MSU was desperate. They should have. But they don't always. And that punt was quick. Like, they lined up quick, did everything quick. We have 8,000 playbacks right now. About 50 concurrent viewers, 46 likes. Like and subscribe if you have not already to this channel. This is an entertaining game. So, yeah. Most of y'all are finding this by YouTube search. That right there is encouraging to me. Well. So, you think MSU scores here? Or do you think that Pittsburgh holds them? MSU is currently at the Pittsburgh 25. By the way. This is awesome to me. Like a chat full of people, an epic watch party. This is the dream. And we're number 4 when you search up Pittsburgh versus Michigan State.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's not like we're having thousands of live viewers, but it's awesome. Like, this just makes me happy. Peach Bowl, the game that Michigan got humiliated in 2018. I don't want to remember that game. It's yeah, and even worse, Dan Mullen, who was just fired, destroyed us. But whatever. Dan Mullen is a good X's and O's coach. He just can't recruit. Oh, wow. No, Simmons tackled for about a 4 or 5 yard loss. Not needed. There, again, Pitt's defensive line. Again, Mel Tucker is a genius. Coaches can get stubborn, though. One thing Tucker has done before, and throughout this year with stubbornness, and I get it with Walker, he can run it too much. You cannot. High snap, Thorne draw, nothing. Maybe a yard. I think so. Yeah, exactly. Like, he might throw a bomb and get a TD, but you can't get Thorne rattled. I mean, have you seen him when he gets pressured? It's like most QBs when they get pressured. Makes arid decisions. You can't do it. I mean, you're 3rd and 13. You do not. To me, it's just asinine why they're trying to force the run. Run an air raid. I mean, you have gotten on Pitt deep before. I mean, the only time State should run is when Thorne has to scramble. High throw, incomplete. And now Coughlin is probably going to have to come out and kick the field goal. Pitt should stay back, not even try and block it. Because... Yeah, exactly. I'd be...
That's stupid.
Is Mel going for it?
Are you dumb?
Is Michigan...
Kick the field goal, dude.
He doesn't try... Oh, man. Watch them probably convert it. This is boneheaded. And
This is why they shouldn't have gave him $95 million.
Because even if it works, this is a boneheaded decision. I don't care. Unless you run the perfect play.
You gotta penalty bail you out.
They snapped it.
Oh my God.
Dropped! Incomplete. Reed almost had it, but the coverage, you targeted him one-on-one. You know, man, and that...
Nair dropped another one.
It's not just he dropped. The guy... It was dual coverage. They both came down. They both came down with it. It would have been a TD because dual possession, but that was good coverage. He stripped it away.
Oh, it was great coverage.
Yeah.
But you don't go for it on 4th and 5.
Yeah, that's so Yeah, an Ohio State fan just said, hope that was worth the $95 million. I hope he...
That's why you don't give a guy $95 million after 1 year.
Can't put up from 30. Their kicker just missed a chip shot. I would have gone for it too. That makes it less boneheaded. Like, I would have been laughing my butt off if he had a reliable kicker. The reason I was just kind of insulting him is because, yes, it's bad, but, like, Coughlin is not reliable. You don't know when he's going to make a 50-yarder or not. In Pitt, and sack. Back at the 20. Yeah, that was... Because, you see, Michigan State did a few things that you could have thought were potentially odd against Michigan. By, like, going for it and stuff. And it worked. But when it doesn't work, it's bad. Because now you've dug yourself in a hole. Perfect QB draw. They've been getting at MSU with these draws. I think that was like a 10-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 8. And now you're going to give what Pittsburgh is forcing MSU to do is restart. They're forcing MSU into repetition. If they punt, it's repetition for MSU, and they haven't been good at it. If they convert it here, potential to score. Throw to 18. 18 was literally wide open. What are you doing? Yup.
Didn't get it.
It wasn't to Addison. It was to 18. It's going to be like 4th and 1. Yeah, I think the Pitt... This might be a huge play here. Because...
Well, let's see if they replay it. Was this guy down? Where's the ball? You can't see from this angle.
Exactly.
The other angle. Now watch where the ball's at. Oh, it could have been out.
That was out. That might have been out. I think that ball was out. That's a fumble.
Ooh,
He punched it out.
Punched it out.
That's out.
There it is. It's out. It's already
That's
out.
out. That is.
He doesn't have it in his hands.
That
It's already out.
that ball is out.
This guy's sweating that guy.
Yeah.
He wants to just stay as.
Well, here's the thing, though. Yeah, is it a huge play for MSU? Kind of clutch play, yes. Here's the issue. You've had 2 turnovers. You're outgaining Pitt by 60 yards on offense, and you're down by 11.
You gotta score.
You have to score. If you're in range, if it's 4th and long, do not go for it again. I mean, maybe you do for consistency purpose, but you can obviously hold Pitt to less points than we expected them to score because of injuries and other. Just kick the field goal. Like, Mike Valenti is probably, I don't know, maybe he'll support it. Does MSU incorporate the wide receivers into the run game like we do? We as in Michigan? Not really. They've done some reverses with Reed and others. They don't really do it, though. They just kind of pound it up the middle. Maybe do a toss. And it's kind of a pretty generic run playbook, which makes sense because of Walker. But in a game like this, it's done nothing to benefit them. The draws have mostly... Their best runs are when Thorne has to improvise. The best runs are improv scrambles by Thorne. You should run an air raid and only let Thorne scramble if it's wide open, and occasionally run just to keep the defense honest. But Thorne right now, he's 12 of 24 for 1 TD and a pick for 188 yards. That's not enough to win. It isn't. So yeah, MSU again have not scored since the first quarter. Pitt has scored in every quarter. Consistency favors the Panthers. Gotta score here if you're MSU. I think that's a fumble, blank name. I agree with you. The guy punched the ball out. That is a fumble. That's a fumble. And if it's not, then cool. It's a bad call. MSU is probably going to get the ball back, and they'll have an opportunity to score. It's like, I hate making excuses. Like, when we lost to MSU, yes, the strip sack, I still think that was a fumble touchdown. It doesn't matter. We choked that game away. This game, the fumble here cannot define MSU winning or losing this game. It can't. If you let one thing define your team, it's just, you're bogus. Get out of here. Did MSU even have a good recruiting class? It's good for recent standards, and it stands. 4th and 1, it stands, but MSU's going to get the ball back unless Pitt runs a fake and converts it.
The refs have been terrible this game.
That was the low snap, punt.
About as clear of a fumble.
That was a fumble. And it bounced on him. It's going to be at the MSU 16. Michigan State, it's going to have to be another long drive.
How come they didn't even review Thorne's fumble, and then this one goes to review and they do nothing about it?
That one, that is a fair point. They should have. That was a fumble. The Thorne one, you had to let that one rule as stand because there wasn't evidence to overturn it. But this one, there was evidence to overturn it. So Thorne, listen, Mel Tucker, he's got to keep his guys calm, and I'm sure he is. I mean, he's sweaty right now, but he's always sweaty. It's just an observation. I don't know what they're lined up in. Another run. What are you doing? 24. It's a 5-yard gain by Elijah Collins. I mean, I guess it worked, but you also got to remember, running the ball, I don't know. There is a lot of time. But it just, I don't feel like it's working in the way he wants it to. It is. It's also, I mean, listen, Michigan State, the fumble I think was against them. That was stupid. But they've made so many mistakes.
Oh my gosh! He dropped that too.
It was a little in front of him. That pass, it was in the hands of, I believe it was in the hands of, I don't know. Yeah, I think that was Mosley, maybe.
Mosley 17.
Naylor? It was Elijah Collins, yes.
Gotta make plays.
Yeah, exactly. Michigan State just made way too many mistakes.
And not making plays.
Yes, dropped. That was the perfect call because of the corner blitz, but it was, again, it was a meh throw by Thorne, a meh adjustment by, I think that is Reed. Yes. Michigan State, they just don't look disciplined. They looked like they took a NyQuil at halftime. Like, this is not the Michigan State team that beat my Wolverines, and it's making me frustrated. Yeah, Mel is a sweaty dude, Walter. he just sweats.
Whack-a-mole.
Good punt coverage. About the only positive highlight of the MSU Spartans in the second half. It's about time. Minority head coaching hires. You know, Tucker is just phenomenal head coach. More implosion by themselves, yes. Michigan State this year, their best game was against Michigan. Their best, like, honestly, argue with me all you want. Their best game was against Michigan. Perfect execution on the 2-point conversions. Perfect execution on fourth down. Every other game, what they have done is they have taken an axe and they have thrown it in their own faces. Purdue, for example. Like, their defense, atrocious. Ohio State, all sides of the ball, atrocious. Duck's a good coach, but this game is, like, what are you doing? Maybe like Tuck said, just run the ball, because right at the moment, 12 of 26 is Thorne right now. Thorne is 12 of 26, 188, a touchdown, a pick. He has a 121.2 passer rating. That is Graham Mertz's average on the year. That's not good enough to win. It's horrible. It's not enough to win. And that's facts. And I don't know what's going on with MSU, Michigan, man. I mean, Pitt's fulfilling my prediction in a way that I didn't think. The refs won the game. No, Michigan, man, the refs did not win the game for MSU. We lost that game, but if you want to hear some encouragement about how we played the Spartans, the way we played that game, I think if you watched that game from start to finish, you could tell Michigan was the better team. But we lost fair and square. I don't care. I'm not blaming the loss on the reversed fumble. I thought it was a fumble for a TD. I thought that was a bogus call. Much like the call that we just witnessed where, Pittsburgh's obvious fumble wasn't called. It's whatever. Walter, instead of Mertz, how about we compare Thorne to Spencer Petras? Or Alex Padilla from Iowa? Now that QB duo, I don't want to step within a mile of that QB duo. That's horrible. Iowa is going down next year. Mark my words. Iowa's not going to be a good football team next year. Mark my words. Also, like and subscribe if you haven't. We're at 50 likes. 50. 50 likes, guys. 1,073 views. We've gained 10 subscribers on the day. If you have not subbed and you are watching this, subscribe. Just do it. It's that simple. Hit the big red button. It's like the easy button. Just hit it. Hit it. Do it. Bevel is back. A swing pass to Addison. He keeps his feet, and what should have been like a 3 or 4 yard loss is only a loss of 1. There is a flag, though. Might be holding. I don't know where the flag is, though. That's what sucks about the view. I didn't see the flag. I'm assuming it's going to be holding on Pitt, because they're like viewing all the Pitt players, and that's what they do. Yeah, it is. They're probably talking on the sidelines, debating, well, we let the fumble go. Should we make up a call like targeting on Pitt's QB?
After all this, no foul.
That's the second flag they picked up.
After all this, no foul.
I mean, the officiating for this game has been bogus. There's no doubt about it. It doesn't matter. If Michigan State allows a TD here, don't blame. Don't be some of my fan base who is delusional. Pitt hands it off. Good job by MSU. It's only a gain of 1. Pittsburgh is being conservative, and they can't be.
Doing anything stupid, I would give up that fumble.
Yep, that defensive TD might win Pitt the game because now their defense is confident. Their defense, I'd say they're in Thorne's head. The way Thorne is throwing those passes, Thorne is intimidated by their D-line. And they don't have to do much. They at the moment don't have to do much on offense, but they should.
So far off the receivers.
Because it's MSU secondary. Sack by MSU. It will be a 4-yard loss. It'll be 4th and 4. Both of these D-lines have been abusing the opposing O-lines. Exactly. 5:30 remaining. I mean, MSU secondary, they have not been the greatest this game, but the front 7 is compensating for the secondary. And that's important. That is one of the main things MSU has to do to win is compensate for that secondary, and they've done it perfectly. Scotty Hazelton has called an amazing game. Just sending pressure. This is the best MSU's defense has performed, but this offense is performing like it did against Ohio State. There's no drive. There's no execution. Penalties everywhere. Fair caught. 36 at MSU. You have good field position. You have no excuse to not march down there and score. None. Gonna come down to the stamina. Yes, Jeremy, I agree. Stamina will be very, very important. We're now at 1,000, nearly 1,200 views. We've gained 11 subscribers today. Give yourselves a clap. Eventually, Thorne will connect on one and snap back into this. You know, I want to say yes, but in the OSU game, he never really did. He just got a garbage time TD. They cut back, and oh my gosh, someone slipped. No, nah. Naylor with the reception. It was about a reception of 5 yards. MSU have to score here, and I don't know if they do. It's not. And I don't know if they do not. It's game. I don't think it's game if they don't score, but yeah, exactly. It's third quarter, but the pressure is on. That's the issue. And MSU, like that, like running up the middle. They just ran up the middle with Simmons. That was a loss of 1, if not a. This is where Tucker and Jay Johnson. This is the only kryptonite of the MSU offense besides the O-line. Forcing the run when it isn't there. They've done it even with Walker. You cannot run. That is wasting a play. You are giving Pittsburgh more confidence. You're putting Thorne under pressure. What are you doing? 3rd and 5. Thorne dropped.
He throws a screen almost. So we're at
4th and 5. They're trying to eat away yard. They're trying to. Michigan State looks to me like they're trying to gain control of this game, and it's not. Why is Michigan State going for it? Again, Michigan State's going for it on 4th and 5 in their own territory. They failed once, failed to get a touchdown. They're 1 of 2 on 4th downs. They snap it. There's a guy who looks to be open. It's open.
Shot. There's be a flag.
Taylor got right up there.
That ain't a flag.
No, it was a body hit. Naylor with the reception. That is clutch. But again, that is a bone. That's a bone.
That guy hurt himself.
That's a boneheaded decision.
He hurt himself with that hit.
And now they're trying no tempo. Will it work? Pitt sends nearly everyone. Gets to Thorne, sacked.
He falls over.
And that right there, no huddle after a big 4th and 5 play. Not going to fly against this Pitt D line. Wow, that's going to be like 2nd and 20. Reed and Naylor have Butterfingers tonight. They don't necessarily even have Butterfingers. It's not even that. Thorne is under pressure. Yeah, it's second most. I told y'all 53 sacks. Second, this D line is elite. You cannot be stupid with them. And Michigan State, unfortunately, throw deep. Oh, that was into no man's land right there.
Thorne's looking horrible right now.
Thorne's 14 of 30 for 202, a TD, and a pick. Y'all remember John O'Corn from Michigan? You OSU fans and Michigan fans. This is O'Corn play. This is O'Corn play. This is like watching 2017 Michigan versus Ohio State, a low-scoring grudge match between teams that don't look good. A screen pass, it's eaten up. It's going to be 4th and long. And MSU, you might as well punt it here. You're only burning clock. There's a huge risk factor. And now Pitt has an injured player. So whether it's real or not, because we know that people fake, it looks real. I only mention that because people will mention it in the chat. Pittsburgh now is a free timeout. You don't get the benefit of the doubt of running no huddle and doing it. So now you have to really think about it. O'Corn was a good guy, terrible QB. Yeah, I'm not mocking him as a person. I'm mocking him as a QB. Thorne is looking like one of Jim Harbaugh's worst quarterbacks. Like, honestly, it's a fair analysis. If Michigan had this QB play, I would throw my phone at the wall. Not literally, but I would be tempted to. 51 likes, guys. This is amazing. Yeah, the Michigan State guy, like, with the hands. I'd relate to him. That was me. That right there, him face palming, that was me when we choked to this exact team who was playing atrociously. Yeah, this is a real injury. This dude has been out for ages. Yeah. Someone in the chat just said, "Oh, Thorne." That is funny. Yeah, oh, Thorne. That's hysterical. You deserve a cookie for that. I hate to say it, but if JJ doesn't start next year, he's going to hit the transfer portal. I don't think so. We burned his red shirt this year. He looked good. We're going to use him next year. And Cade, I don't think JJ's going to hit the transfer portal. JJ has a higher ceiling than Cade does. JJ will eventually beat out Cade. I guarantee you. Cade next year I'm going to assume is the starter. But, look, McNamara's solid. JJ has looked good. He has he has like a 160 passer rating his freshman year, which is good. And Michigan State's going to punt. See, Michigan State, you burned up 2 minutes of clock what if they fake it here? That'd be hysterical. Like a pass. They actually punt it. State punts it. Addison back there to fair catch it inside the 10. Kyle, I am a fan of the Michigan Wolverines. You can't convince me MSU legitimately beat Michigan, Jack said. Based on this game, I'll give you a pass for saying that. This is.
Compare this though to Michigan game. It's gotta be separate.
Yeah. No, yeah, I know. He was just saying, like, by how bad this is, you're like, how did they beat Michigan? Because I would ask this question too if I didn't see.
Totally right.
What it was, I think, we let off the gas after being up 16, and like with running. He knows this. Once you stop running, it's hard to run again. And Michigan State never stopped running. Oh, no. Double reverse to Addison. And he is still on his feet out to the 37-yard line. Pitt pulling a rabbit out of their hat to get some offensive momentum. And Keaton Slovis is going to start there.
When did he transfer?
Just a week ago.
I'm like, I didn't know. I knew he was in the portal. I didn't realize he went to Pitt.
I mean, Pitt next year, Keaton Slovis has showed potential. He's been overrated. Jumped. False start MSU, Pitt, not MSU. Too used to that.
Yeah, today it was.
Walker looked good because he had a lot of... I mean, there's obviously always holds.
There was a case
Walker looked good against Michigan because A, he is good, and because I honestly think, I don't know. The whole team for MSU peaked at the Michigan game. That was their Super Bowl. They peaked and then they kind of fell. Pitt regains some of that yardage back with the help of Hammond. They gain about like 7 or 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8. Sparty looking like hot doo-doo, as Uncle Lou would say. Well, I don't know really what to tell you. This is just shocking to me. Like, Michigan State, sack, big sack. Big sack. No, there's no penalty. Why would the... That'd be atrocious. And that would be I'd expect that if I was watching this team.
That's all I was thinking is that.
No, I think it was Panashuk, and Panashuk's disciplined. Panashuk's an NFL pass rusher. He's not stupid. Like half of the defense might honestly...
If it wasn't for that fumble at 6, I think State would be winning this game.
You're sounding like a Michigan fan.
No, I mean, if it wasn't for that, I think that they would easily be able to come
But
back.
here's the thing, despite as horribly as they played,
Imagine if they... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yes, I like that a lot better. So one person in this house said, if not for the fumble, State would be winning. Another said, despite the horrible play, State is still in this game. The latter, ladies and gentlemen, is the proper way to respond. It is. It's just my opinion. And look, Michigan State, their defense has stepped up. I mean, if their defense plays this way next year, as long as the offense doesn't revert to Jim Bowman level play, they'll be contenders. Just don't. The play calling for offense has been Jim Bowman level, but it's more painful because all year it's been genius. Trick plays executed perfectly. The O-line, despite little talent and, having some pretty terrible play, depending on the game, finding ways to compensate. It's the end of the third, by the way. So Michigan State, in 15 minutes, they've been shut out for 2 quarters, by the way. 15 minutes, they have to come up clutch, get a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal at minimum to bring this game somewhere. And hold Pitt scoreless in a quarter, which hasn't been done all game. This is heavily leaning in Pitt's direction right now. The momentum, the execute, everything. And by the way, guys, we have 10,000 playbacks on this video. An average watch time from each playback of 32 seconds. Thank you all for tuning in and supporting this channel. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. Just do it. Simple as that. We have 1,419 viewers this hour. It's awesome. And 12 gained subscribers on the day. Jack Harrington. Auburn will be looking for another head coach by 2024. The Houston loss, War Eagle, or whatever they call themselves, that's hysterical, is definitely mad. Because the SEC can't comprehend losing to a group of 5 team who's overachieved while they've underachieved. I mean, literally, Alabama and Georgia, Arkansas as well. Arkansas, I will never make fun of Arkansas, even if unless Penn State beats them like 56-7. I'm not making fun of Arkansas. Arkansas, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Alabama, Georgia. Those are the 5 SEC teams I have respect for. All the others have dramatically underperformed. LSU. I knew from the beginning of the year it was bogus that they were in the top 25. And I even thought they were going to beat UCLA and at least go 7-5. No, they go 6-6 and somehow disappoint me even more. Auburn, I predict them to go 5-7, and guess what? They finished 6-7. Not impressive. Overrated from the beginning of the year. And you guys, ever since about just after 8, it was about, whatever. The game started at 7, about an hour after having very low viewership. You all came on, you supported this channel, and you've been sticking around. It's impressive. Pittsburgh having to punt. And keep in mind, Reed can return punts. He can. So we'll see. And it's angled out of bounds, which is perfect so that he can't return it. Remember, Reed was the reason Michigan State beat 3-9 Nebraska. It went out at it was not the greatest kick. Out of bounds at the MSU 25. So it's meh field position. Head coach Narduzzi of Pitt is State's old DC and a great one. Looks like he's got us figured out. Rich, I agree with you. He does. Your defense, though, has been playing. This is your defense's best game. The issue is the offense. This is one of their worst games all year. I thought that was a run. That was a good play-action fake by Thorne. Mosley, 15-yard reception. Michigan State is at the MSU 40 with about 14:40 left. Trying to go up tempo, which is smart. That's what you need to do. You're down by 11. And you also, if you're State, you got to go up tempo because you have to consider that you're probably going to have to punt at least once in the fourth quarter. A swing pass figured out only a yard gain by Reed. Maybe 2. Random football fact. Mac Jones' full name is Michael McCorkey Jones. Well, he's going to be one of the best. He's going to be one of the better QBs in the NFL. Probably one of the best in the next few years. Play action. Good throw. You see, if Thorne threw like this in the third quarter, he's relaxed. This is good play calling. Reed again. That was like a 10-yard reception. Something. Reed. Oh, wow. They're at the Pitt 42. Pitt 42, ladies and gentlemen.
They've stalled it here in the last 5 drives.
Throw. Complete. This Mosley, right? Mosley about a 12-yard gain. State is outgaining Pitt 293 yards to 218, but they have 2 turnovers. And they're outgaining them by 6 first downs and 7 minutes of TOP. State, outside of the turnovers, it's again missed execution. Execution is killing Michigan. It's what's killed them all year. What are you? Jordan Simmons with a 5-6 yard screen pass reception. Anthony Clark.
They get a touchdown for 2.
Yeah. Listen. Kenny Pickett is out. What's impressive is that Pitt is leading this game with their third string QB, second string running back. Their defense has had some serious injuries throughout the game as well. Pitt. Honestly, Pitt is it right now. Thorne throws. That throw was off too. Throw was a little to his right, not a ton of power. Third and 5, an incomplete. Yep, Naylor. Naylor. MSU wide receivers have either looked elite this game with Reed's one-handed catch, or if they have looked meh. meh as can be. It's 3rd and 5. Thorne is 20 of 37 on the game. They hand it off, and it's a tackle for loss. Again, Tucker and Johnson are being out-coached right now by Pat. Yeah, exactly. This is Jim Bowman's Ohio State trestle ball playbook from 2004. Now, Tuck, I hate to say this, you got to kick the field goal. I mean, where's the ball? Ball is at the Pitt 25.
Stop going on 4th.
It's 11. I'm expecting State to convert it. State's very good at converting 4th downs. Yep, exactly. He was out. State is very good at converting 4th downs. They just converted one. They're at like the Pitt 15. The issue is, again, clock is churning. 11:23 left. You're down by 11. You got to get a TD here. Exactly. You only have literally like 11 minutes of gameplay left, and Pitt. Yeah, I mean, well, it wouldn't. If you won, it wouldn't be your worst. You'd play an exceptional 4th quarter. Reed for about a 6-yard reception. It'll be 2nd and 4. 10:53 remaining. Again, Michigan State outgaining Pitt by nearly 100 by exactly. Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't. His heel never touched.
Of course, the refs screw us again.
That was close, though.
He wasn't out.
That dark line might be out.
Dark's in. Dark is in.
But they already called the play.
I know these refs are fucking balls.
Wow. 2nd and 4. Thorne, QB draw.
He's got crunched. No, he's not. He's got bent in 2.
1st and goal. It might have been in bounds, Nick. That's what we were just arguing about.
Now they're faking more injuries. Get up.
He was previous. I think that same guy was seriously injured. That's not a fake. He was on the ground for like 5 minutes.
Was the clock stopped at least?
Yeah, 10-11. Michigan State has 10 minutes, 11 seconds left to play their best football and win. They're in the red zone. It's 1st and goal, but the fact it's taking them this long is disturbing. 55 likes. Keep pumping the likes, guys. If you have not liked or subscribed to this channel yet, I've asked you billions of times, just do it. It's simple, and it helps the channel out. Love you guys. Man, it's crazy. So, Pittsburgh still has an 80.9% chance to win. It has slipped a little bit. It was at a high of about like 90. 1st and goal at the Pitt 5. Yeah, MSU's outgained Pitt again in every category, even turnovers. The issue is turnovers. Both teams have had the same amount of penalties with 4. It's turnovers. Pitt and Michigan State have about the same yard per pass average. It's just poor execution by State all around. Yeah.
Killed that one touchdown.
Yeah.
Early on.
Yeah, man. Michigan State has not scored since 2 minutes and 39 seconds in the 1st quarter, which was a field goal. They haven't scored a touchdown since 13-11 in the 1st quarter, when it looked like Michigan State might frankly use momentum to just kind of roll over the Panthers. 61 likes. You guys are amazing. Thank you. And an extra sub, too. Gained 13 subs on the day, 61 likes. What an amazing, amazing time. And I'm going to get like 5,000 views today. Hopefully more tomorrow. I enjoy doing this, by the way. This is like heaven to me, sitting here and doing this. So thank you guys. The connection has been good this second half, which has been lucky. I could see MSU fumbling or throwing a pick right here. If they do, that would be That would be awe-inspiring. I don't think they will. I mean, MSU, again, they're clutch on fourth down. Their mistakes are unusual. Like, the missed fourth down is unusual. They normally convert those. The pick and the fumble for a TD is also very unusual for State. I think they'll score here and actually get the 2-point conversion, but I can't say they'll win. 9:59, false start on MSU. Yup, another timely penalty. And now it's going to be hard to run the football. What are you doing this tomorrow with my boys? I might be doing this alone, maybe in another household, maybe my own. I might be alone in my house on New Year's Eve, live streaming and like commenting on this game. That might be my New Year's Day, or New Year's Eve, pardon me, which I would be perfectly fine with. Yup, immediately shot themselves in the foot. Not as severe as a fumble or a pick. I mean, listen, if it's 4th and goal from the 20, you kick the field goal. Because what you've done is you obviously don't trust your kicker, and you're taking away momentum from your team every time you deny them points. 1st and goal, 9:37 remaining. They run it, and it goes a yard. He's trying to run still. They might give him forward progress. They might not.
They'll spot at the 15 though in these refs right now.
It might. I don't know. This game has been entertaining despite low scoring because both teams just mess up in the most key moments. Like, Michigan State's defense is playing well. Pitt's offense is damaged. This is a grudge match. They gave him forward progress. 2nd and goal at the 9. Issue is, clock is ticking. Under 9 minutes remaining. Your drive has taken up 5 minutes of clock. 5. Thorne sacked. That has to be the 4th or 5th sack of the day with the Panthers D-line.
A field goal would be useful.
Exactly.
How long we've had the ball?
A field goal? No. No. Do not give in to the asinine play calling.
But still, a field goal here would be useful.
No. Yes.
That's what I said.
Yes. Okay. You were about, yeah. The amount of time that this has gone on. You've taken up 6 minutes of clock. You go on 4th and down. Will they get a TD here? Touchdown.
Thank you, Lord. Hey, he's having his best game in a while.
8:06 remaining. Michigan State is back within this game. And they'll probably go for 2 and get it. Just like I said. Oh, why are you doing the surrender cobra? Your team.
Is that from the Michigan guy?
8:06 remaining.
Trouble with the snap kid? It's 1 for 2.
They're going to be taking a timeout here. At least I think. Pitt still given a 77.9% chance to win.
That was actually a really good
And he hung onto the ball with the hit.
Did not expect that dude to make a great catch. Hayward is probably the best receiver of this game thus far. Because I don't think he's dropped a pass. Naylor actually leads the team in receiving yards with nearly 100.
Did you see where they had UD Mercy ranked in this? Fair. Although I don't know about. He's listed at 230, but I don't know, Robert. That might be a little bit on the light side. But despite that, showed great bounce. Is Sienna Heights that good?
9 is walking off the field. That's his 3rd. He's playing through. Oh, Robert Griffin III just doing what he does.
Just gets over the defender.
Yeah, that was Thorne's best pass of the day. Even the first TD pass was.
After that fumble, it seemed like he was mostly out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like NyQuil from halftime.
Yes.
It's only 2-point attempt. Michigan State is going for 2. They've only been anti-clutch on one play.
Uh-oh, everybody out. Nobody home. Throw it to the left.
False start.
Start and a half.
False start again for MSU. At this point, yup, and now they have to rethink the play after that false start. And that screen pass looks like it could have been blown up. Although he did get in, it probably would have. Yeah, so now it's basically a 2-point attempt from your own 8-yard line. You can't run it unless Thorne decides to do a draw. They're still going to go for it. But again, these penalties. ASU or Wisconsin? I'm going to go with Wisconsin tonight. I have faith in the Big Ten. Michigan State, even with losing this game, is keeping it a game. I have faith with the Big Ten. They're going to get it. Nope. 2-point conversion, no good. Michigan State, they got to get a stop. And, I mean, they haven't really relied on their kicker all game, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But, again, it gives some momentum to Pittsburgh back. Yeah, wow. The kicker basically being told to hit the portal. Rusnak is terrible. By the way, State's backup kicker. Coughlin is a senior. So he's not... Yeah, 6th year senior. He's not going to be back. Next year, expect Michigan State. They'll play really well, and then when they have to rely on a field goal, hook left. Or hook right. But Tucker's never been a field goal guy either. And I play video games. When I play football video games, unless it's like 4th and 10, I never kick the field goal. And even then, I'll occasionally just go for it, because it's like, why not? Tucker's an aggressive guy, but this is like, man, Pitt needs to move the ball and eat some... Yes, they do. Because even though they got some momentum from that 2-point stop, State knows they're in this game. So, what needs to happen, if Pitt goes down and gets a field goal, Michigan State will need a touchdown and a 2-point to tie it. All Pitt needs is to chew clock and get a field goal, and that will pressure MSU out of their minds. 8 minutes in the 4th. Michigan State has all 3 of their timeouts, I think. That false start, though, was bad because that screenplay looked like it was going to go in. Maybe get stopped a yard short, but it looked like it was going to go in. That's bad. Again, discipline. 6 penalties, 35 yards. Most of them false starts. One of them was 5 false starts, I think. 5 false starts and a holding for MSU. For Pitt, I think it's been like 2 false starts and like maybe 2 holdings. No, roughing the passer and then 3 false starts. 3 false starts, 1 roughing the passer for Pitt. Pitt TD drive calling it here. Oh, man, if that happens, well, RIP to celebrating a New Year's Six Bowl win in the Peach Bowl. Yeah. We're going to get like 5,000 views today, guys. Just keep sharing this video around. Come on, keep doing it. 7, yeah. That 2-point conversion miss it stinks because now even if it's like 4th and goal from the 5 or 4th and goal from the 10, you can't kick that field goal to tie it. It really stinks. Rusnak, I think, or someone, I don't know. Kickoff. And add it, and 22 is going to return it. 22-yard line is where he is down. So, yeah. Naylor's been MSU's best wide receiver this game. Naylor and Hayward. Hayward a tight end, but a receiver still. The missed field goal, I guarantee you, if MSU loses, that missed field goal is huge. And the 2-point. And the 2-point was a result of the false start, so it's not even all Coughlin's fault. Like, the entire team here, they thought it was a false start, and they tackled them for a loss. 2nd and 11. Pitt is just being too conservative here. Pitt, I mean, I get that it's your third... I get that it's your third string QB, but like MSU, can't force the run. It hasn't been working for you. Has not... MSU had to... 7:32 remaining in the game. They send everybody, and it's a screen. A screen to a tight end who hurdles everyone and gets 3rd and 1. Maybe a first down. It's insane. It's crazy. 3rd and short. Just QB sneak it.
That's 6'6", man.
Yeah, exactly. 6'6", long arms, weighs a ton. Your D-line, I mean, State's D-line is impressive, yes. But, like, you can do this. You did it to him on 4th and 1. You have 6:49 remaining in this game. If you get this, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Michigan State. 3rd and 1, clock down to 4.
They're stringing out deep. Why'd you do that? We'll take that all day long. You're
And
down,
it's...
dude. Wasn't he down? I'm like, why'd they call it dead? I'm like, you pinched it.
Well, I don't know why Pittsburgh did that. They should have snuck it, but that was a bad play call.
6'6" quarterback.
Exactly. 6'6" QB. You're going to have to punt it to MSU, and I guarantee you MSU is going to drive down and score. Because going for it on 4th down works for State. Is Pitt really going to lose this game because of conservative, inept play calling?
That'd be great. Possible.
With a touchdown, we win.
Bad snap. Come on.
I don't see these guys getting a touchdown.
Does he have a hard foot?
Yes, he does.
Going for a catch.
Going for
Yep.
going for 2 at the 8 might have been stupid if we get a touchdown and they...
Yeah, because... Wow. Pitt is playing not to
No,
lose.
His elbow's down. His elbow's down. It was his elbow. His right elbow was down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, Michigan State has a really good chance to win now. Pittsburgh's win percentage chance is dropping. It's at 74.2 according to the Football Power Index. MSU has 6 minutes. Pittsburgh has to get a 3-and-out because otherwise Michigan State's going to go for it, and we know how that's ended up. Michigan State, I think, is 3 of 4. Yes, 3 of 4 on 4th downs. Pittsburgh is 2 of 11 on 3rd downs. Michigan State, 7 of 18. So Michigan State, again, statistically the better team, but that defensive TD might be it. That was bad, atrocious play calling, though. You should have QB sneaked it, fullback dived it. Should have done something. Again, like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm so used to watching Hassan Haskins lately, I forgot everyone can't just automatically get any 3rd and short. Yes. Michigan, we just QB sneak it behind our epic O-line and get it. Not every team has the luxury of doing that. Yeah. Pitt is just awful. You can't really blame them with their 3rd string QB and 2nd string running back. That play call was horrible, though.
Shoulder shield. Never not working.
Pittsburgh given a set 76.5% chance to win. This would be one of the bigger swings if Michigan State came back. But that missed two-pointer. Michigan State will go for two if they get a TD so that, you know, they can lead by a field goal.
What do we do in the off-season? Off-season? We don't stop existing when the season ends.
Yeah, I thought we lived in some fictional town that's part of some elaborate marketing campaign.
What would it even be for? Dr. Pepper?
So Michigan State here, you're down by 5. Tell me in the comments what would be your play call. Are you going to do the flea flicker, or what are you going to do? And Michigan State runs it, only a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. I mean, tied with Cincinnati. Wow. That's Michigan's scoring defense, by the way. 2nd and 8. I'm getting nervous just waiting to see this game. Hayward decked. 3rd and 7. Now, if you're Mel Tucker, your defense has stopped Pitt. It is 4th down. You punt. You have all 3 timeouts. Do not go for it. 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. Pitt is beginning to sweat. They should have been in the Old Spice Bowl. It's funny.
Baseball, that's funny. That is funny. First down. More the chains.
Jaden Reed converts it. It's 1st and 10.
Get up, dude. Get up, dude.
Oh, no. He got the wind knocked out of him.
You got the Malachi crunch. I think it's his knee.
Yup,
Left leg.
that is painful.
I think the one guy hit him.
And there, Michigan State's going to need him. It'll help. That stinks. $4:26 remaining. Well, listen, Michigan State, the way they've been driving this drive and the past one, they're totally in position to win this game. Question is, will they do it?
First down.
Yeah, they gave the first down. Another first down by Michigan State. They're driving. Listen, the way they're driving right now, I don't know what that call was by Pitt. That cost you the game. That toss. That was stupid. Michigan State wasn't even lined up in goal line when that play was called. And Michigan State, they're comfortably using clock. Batted away at the line. It's going to be... Thorne is now 26 of 44, 308 yards. They are running kind of an air raid here, and they should be. Who wins, Notre Dame or Oklahoma State? Notre Dame. Notre Dame wins it over Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's without their DC. I don't care that Notre Dame is without Brian Kelly and without two of some of their best players. They have more talent. They're just going to win. Marcus Freeman's also a good guy. Michigan State, throw it. Oh, wow, it's just behind him. It's not what you need. It's 3rd and 10. Now, the question is, do you go for it here, or do you punt him and try to pin him deep and then flip the field? I don't know. If it's 4th and 10, do you go for it with all 3 of your timeouts, knowing you can stop Pitt's offense? Do you go for it?
Hope it doesn't have to come to that.
If.
Yes. Yes. First down. Give him the spot. Give him the spot. Give him the spot. Give him the spot.
Yep. First down. Again, Michigan State with the clutch play. Bowl game, yeah. Yup. Michigan State here. This is crazy. They come back and win this. They're at the Pitt 36. 13 first downs in the second half for MSU, 1 for Pitt. But that defensive touchdown, meaning everything. Pittsburgh only given a 67% chance to win. A flea flicker. And doesn't work. Almost looks like it could have been picked off. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. They pressured Thorne too. Make no mistake, they got in the way of that pass. Do you think Tennessee lost because of the refs? I don't know the answer to that question. I decline to comment. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, by the way, and you're watching this video right now. Like and it's just that simple. 2nd and 10. Michigan State.
Thorne was lucky he didn't get hit there.
That was not PI. It was out of bounds.
He did get shoved out of bounds.
3rd and 10. And Tucker is mad, and understandably so, to a certain degree. But I think that was out of bounds. Because look at the pass. He did... Oh, wait. You know what? Yeah, that should have been PI.
I know these refs have been balls all game.
Never make excuses on the... Don't be an M fan. Or some Michigan fans. Not all. Another 3rd and 10. Is Michigan State going to convert this again? At this point, I'd almost say you got to go for it or at least try a field goal. Vols didn't throw it enough second half. What is the percent for Michigan to win it? According to the FPI, 1 1/3. According to me, I would say 50-50. That game's a toss-up. This game is something else. Thorne is 27 of 48, 318 yards, 2 TDs, and a pick. Now that is enough to squeak by. But still, 21 missed passes. And again, Pitt's only had 1 first down in the entire second half. They have no offense. None. They are relying on their defense to win. If you score, you've won. And then if you lose, then there should be a rant video dedicated to Pitt scoring within a minute and beating you. But yeah, you've outgained them by 150 total yards. You have more than double the first downs they do. You have 12 more minutes of TOP than they do. You have dominated this game. And yet, Michigan State is in this position. Do you think all bowl games are rigged for bettors? Michigan State was favored to win this game. I guarantee you people were more so betting on MSU than they were Pitt. I guarantee it. I guarantee that more people were betting on MSU than Pitt in this game. I hate to say that because it doesn't make sense because like Michigan State's the bigger brand than Pitt is. But without Kenny Pickett, it's like the QB is more important than the halfback. And the scoop and score Benjamin is the absolute difference. It is. I mean, it's the reason. If State loses this game, it's because their poor execution in that fumble. And if Pitt wins that game, this game, it's because of their defense who got the defensive touchdown. Well, this is interesting. It is 10:30. Will you watch Cincy versus U of M in the champion? I would watch it. I'm live reviewing the national title no matter who participates in it. Yep. Come on, like this video up, share it around. We're going to have fun in the last few minutes of this game. Come on, guys. Do it. And we're back here. 3rd and 10. Pitt called a timeout. Let's see if it works. That D-line for Pitt. They rush 4. Thorne steps back. It's complete. Man, Pitt cannot catch a break.
Oh, wait, first down?
Yep.
Not the
I've
first
just
down.
been nervously going to the bathroom.
3rd and 10 now. It's not a first down. This guy was depressed.
He is, and he should be, because MSU's going to win. The way they're driving. Yes, no. MSU, the way they're driving is going to win.
Up top. Got him.
Touchdown.
Give it to him. And a PI.
Touchdown.
And a PI. Reed got back in the game.
Michigan State now leads it. I told you. The way they were driving. Pitt played idiocy.
And like I said, State was fortunate because they've been in the game for as crap as they've played. They still a shot at this thing.
We gave them too much time.
Oh, enough of you. Pitt will not score. If Pitt wins this game, fire your coaching staff. I'm not even kidding. And Michigan State now, and Michigan State is now given a 71% chance to win.
It just flipped that much.
Yep. Well, of course. You have 2 minutes 50.
That's why I hate that lot following an FBI thing. Because it's like, some of it's just common sense.
2-point attempt for the Spartans. I'm predicting Michigan State gets this. If Michigan State's going to get the 2-point attempt.
Just don't jump offside. Or legal procedure. Got him. Got him.
This Pitt defense did all they could for.
Who's that guy? Their bomb.
This is about how you'd expect a game with each team's best offensive player out. But Pitt is a lot more neutered on offense than State is right now.
He goes up and gets it.
Yeah, I mean, Pitt, you can't do that. Your offense, you have all 3 timeouts.
Jaden, that's a Moss right there.
And he's a little guy. Isn't Jaden Reed pretty small compared to the DB?
Mm.
How will Pitt respond, or are they done? Pitt's done. Pitt's done. Can't have one. What? Still, what kind of play call was that? QB sneaking on 3rd and 1, just asinine. You are literally playing a team who, regardless of if they win this game or not, is offensively inept. Beat them. It is what it is. I mean, this game I predicted Pitt to win.
Isn't the line State 2.5?
Yeah, the line was
Really?
State. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
State was favored.
I didn't realize it was that tight. It's funny.
Question is,
Always makes it so close.
will Pitt respond? I don't think so, but we'll see.
I mean, Bevel's 9 of 12. I mean,
But they got 1 first down in the second half.
Exactly, I don't trust him.
Simmons, 16 carries, 23 yards.
That's disgusting.
That's not even 2 yards of carry.
I can't believe MSU will win this game either.
Yeah, well,
Jack,
that's a beauty to stick around.
it's stupid. I don't get. I don't get why teams
Oh,
like
is this guy thrown out or is he hurt?
this. This is Pittsburgh. I don't get why teams play like NFL teams and they try not to lose. It's
It's like the prevention from winning.
yeah. They
Pumping up the O-line guys. Pumping up the O-line guys. I can see him talking about it. It's sweet.
Pitt still covering the spread. MSU favored by 3.5.
Looks like a lumberjack.
Pitt, terrible play calling by Pitt to close this out. Yes, absolutely. Michigan State now with the lead. Rusnak to kick it off. Fair caught. 1st and 10 at the Pitt 25. Going to watch Wisconsin versus ASU. I will watch it. I'm not going to be live reviewing it, though. I will not be live reviewing Wisconsin ASU. I have the energy to, but I'm with my friend and his family. I think it would be good to review it with them. Career highs.
Oh, wow.
Thorne has played an amazing 4th quarter, but again, It's not over.
Come on, we need a pick. We need a pick. Tackle him. Ooh, Panishuk. Bam. Eat it. Good
A
lead.
2.
Keep eating the clock.
I don't know why Pitt decided to run it there.
Eat the clock.
Yeah.
They're getting a free timeout.
Oh, enough of you and your whatever. Injured player. Who wins, Wisconsin or Arizona State? Wisconsin. 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 Doobie Jones. Yes. Indeed.
What's the line for the Wisconsin nation?
Wisconsin by like 7.
It's Wisconsin by 5. I looked at it. That's what it was when I.
Almost 100 people here. Yes. All of you 100 whatever people here. Like, subscribe, and stay on for the end. I will be reacting to this entire thing. Hopefully the Badgers break the underdog spread streak today.
This dude out. That's not good.
Okay, he's not faking.
No, he's not faking. The dude got his ankle rolled. Was his knee? Even with those braces on.
Like and subscribe.
Oh no, they called timeout, didn't they?
They might have. The clock might start on the snap though because the injured player.
That's true.
That's what
it
it's-
was a run, right?
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. 5 wide for Pitt.
That'll help. That'll help. Panishuk. Thank you, Panishuk.
Well, this game is over. It is.
Not 2nd and 8. It's like 3rd and forever.
It's 3rd and 15.
Yeah. They didn't update their thing.
Yeah.
The graphic.
He's second guessing himself. There have to be guys wide open.
This guy did not expect to play this game.
No.
I will give kudos to Michigan State's defense.
5
Because
sacks for State.
within 5 plays, they took out the starting running back and starting quarterback. Because that number 2 guy never came back. Remember that tailback?
Yeah, no, number 2 never came back. Yeah. So, now, here we are. 3rd and 15. Game.
Back 'em all. Hit him. Hit him. Get him. Oh, no way. Don't let him go. Ugh.
It's going to be 4th and 8, and Pitt is going to have to go for it.
They only have 1 timeout, so they don't get this. They can kneel it out.
The clock's gonna stop.
No, that's.
No, it's NFL. 4th and 8. 4th and 8. Pittsburgh. This is the game.
Whack 'em all. Hit him. Oh, God.
First down, Pittsburgh at the 36-yard line. Pitt is 2 of 2 on 4th downs. That was clutch.
I'm looking good. Come on, wake up, guys.
Hey, Joe.
Second first down there. Hands up. Hands up.
Wide open to Jordan Addison. Pitt is nearly in field goal range, ladies and gentlemen. And I think they're at the MSU like 40 or inside. They're at the MSU 41. And they have 1 timeout remaining. They can afford to make 1 mistake as long as it's not a turnover. And they're in field goal range officially. Inside the MSU 35. Bevel is clutch at the moment. Right now.
That big pass to the... I didn't say that.
Yeah, guys, I apologize. I'm being mocked. This is not over. This is... Knowing what I just witnessed, plus the secondary.
Oh, Pitt should have been doing this on the state secondary the whole second half, but they got too complacent. Sack him.
Caught
That guy
Caught!
cheated? Oh, my gosh.
at the MSU 25. Pitt is just driving. And he lobbed it in the air, and it was caught.
He's
Yeah.
Threw it back across his body.
Pittsburgh is driving, ladies and gentlemen.
Pick.
Picked off!
Yeah!
Picked off!
Go, baby, go! I called it.
Picked off!
Game over.
MSU wins and will cover the spread.
With no gloves.
31-21.
That's awesome.
That was the ugliest game I've
Did
ever
I call
seen.
that or did I call that?
You called it.
Man.
Pick 6 by Pittsburgh. Game over. Game over.
Wow. Just because it seemed like he was too hurried. And they got within field goal range and he just got too greedy.
I don't even think it was greed. I
Well,
think it's
and for that guy trying to comprehend all what was going on, that's tough for that kid. I feel bad for him.
well, that is the game. Congratulations to Michigan State and Pitt. Well, without Mark Whipple and without 2 of your QBs, whatever. You were playing like an unranked team the entire game. Bad play calling. Michigan State at the end does what they always do against teams
Your last point.
who don't have
That was his last point.
31-21.
Last point of his career.
And I'm going to stay live until the game ends, but Michigan State's going to win the Peach Bowl. Pitt was in field goal range, totally choked. Yes. Yes.
That game was hard to watch until the fourth quarter.
Told you. That's why you gotta be a fair one. You gotta be a fair fan and follow them all the way along. I told you, there still was a game there.
Michigan State will never lose to a team that has a bad offense.
Okay, don't. We hate it. I'm trying to put you up here. I'm trying to put you up here.
Nathan Collison, Sparty got lucky. You know?
They didn't.
They did and they didn't. They got lucky because Patty was injured and the fact that 2 of Pitt's starters key were injured, yes. But they also never gave up.
Those guys out.
Yeah, that play right there, that was a third string read. That's what happens when you have your third string. I mean, listen. Here's the thing. Lesson learned. You never take your foot off the gas with State. If you don't, you can blow them out if you have offensive firepower.
Hey, got it back!
And Michigan State just converted a squib kick. So Pitt will not even get a chance to...
Game over. Big
Yep.
time game over.
Yeah,
That guy touch it?
No, it went 10 yards. The kick
game
went 10
over.
yards, so you-
That's game over. They've recovered the football. State is they came back 21 points in the fourth, shutting out Pitt. So, in the end, those extra yards gained, the extra TOP, the extra field goals, it was all worth it. Before we end this game, before we end this live stream, like and subscribe immediately.
That's on a pump.
Immediately. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell and comment your thoughts down below in the actual comments. Comment them down below in the actual comments.
I was getting stressed.
This game was crazy. This was an amazing game. Again, like, subscribe. Michigan State wins the Peach Bowl. They will be 11-2, and they'll definitely be ranked next year. What a job by Mel Tucker. Michigan State is undefeated in bowl games for now. Now we move on to Wisconsin versus Arizona State. I'm not going to be live reviewing that one, but I'll be watching it. So, again, stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm going to be live reviewing Georgia, Michigan, and Cincinnati, Alabama. Love you guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye.